Just tell me one, boss.
Once again, we'll be announcing the starters for the defense of your South City Warriors.
Film me, I'm up here. Up here.
Yeah, like a sauce tab. Like that.
Let's do it.
And now, your starting defensive warriors for tonight's game.
Okay. Thanks for the heads up. Hey, Jonathan.
I shook my hair down.
Just start shaking, dude. Now with the camera. Dude, I'm looking right there.
Do you remember when?
I'll do the perfect air switch, bro. Not yet. I'll only edit. That's come out of nowhere, dude.
First up, we have number 2 free safety, Tyson Alapati. At strong safety, number 3, Lance Sands. At free safety, number 5, Spencer Eugenio. At linebacker, number 8, Anthony Maciel. At linebacker, number 10, Fotoniga Ofa. At cornerback, number 21, Oscar Reyes. At free safety, number 25, Frank House. At linebacker, number 43, Big Calvin Pua. At defensive tackle, number 50, Romeo Alapati. The lineman, number 55, Shane Jason. And defensive lineman, number 71, Caleb Lagafua. That's your starting defensive starters for your South City Warriors.
Justin, I just see you. Justin, I just see you shift the cat, dude. I keep following. Yeah. Yeah, park up.
And now, please stand for the national anthem by the South City Band, led by Mr. Dan Talbert. The South City Band, led by Mr. Talbert.
All right, welcome to Friday Night Lights here in South San Francisco, California. I'm Jonathan Dio alongside Ricky Martel.
Hey, John, what's going on?
How are you, bud?
Oh, man, I'm ready to roll, dude. I'm excited.
How was that East Bay drive-in?
I actually barted it in to the South City BART station and then hopped in my brother's car and then drove to La Morena and then drove here in that order.
La Morena, a South City institution, almost as old as the original City Hall.
And we are somewhat sponsored by them because they gave me a free bag of chips with my order. So props to La Morena.
I did have one of your chips. It was crunchy, salty, corny.
Just how I like them.
Delicious. Well, we're here for another game. This is another league game for the Warriors. Warriors are 1-0 in league play.
Yep, that's what matters.
So let's focus on that. Playing the Menlo Knights, and it's going to be a good one. It's a beautiful night here in South City.
It is a beautiful night, John. The wind is calm for now, at least. And I'm looking forward to a nice night. Maybe they'll go to the air a little bit more without the wind playing any tricks on these Warriors, on these two football teams.
Well, as I came in, there's no fog bank, there's no cold weather. It's just nice.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it is October, though. It's kind of the best you're going to get around here. And in the interim, we had the coin toss, and we're about to get underway here. And a wonderful national anthem put together by the South San Francisco Band.
Mr. Talbert throwing it down. He's put together quite a band program, man. They're phenomenal. They're well organized. They look good out there. It's nice to look forward to that, man. I love a good band.
And Menlo is opted to receive here in the first.
Were you in band, John? I wasn't in band.
No,
I liked Mr. Caliente, but I didn't do the band thing.
I don't have a musical bone in my body. I do like to karaoke.
You play the drums.
I did, however, win a air guitar competition.
Really?
My senior year, or was it junior?
On the quad.
On the quad, I did win, and I believe I was to date myself even further. I had a Tower Records gift card, which was.
You sure it wasn't Sam Goody?
It was Tower Records. I think didn't they like merge at some point? There was like.
Oh, I'm sure.
It was like Tower Records and Sam Goody together.
Yeah, sure. Looks like the Warriors are set to kick off here tonight. No win, so we'll see his. And
the Warriors start with an onside kick, waiting for it to go 10 yards.
It looked like one of the. Well, it didn't look like it made it far enough to begin with. I don't know if the pro rule is the same as high school, but usually it's got to go 10 yards. Not sure it made it 10 yards, but without somebody touching it.
It had to get to the 50. I saw it sort of get to the 50 and sort of squib out, and Menlo recovered. So Menlo with fantastic field position here. South City trying a little bit of trickery in the early going, trying to throw Menlo off their game.
John, Menlo coming in tonight with a equal 1-0 over league play. So both teams looking to take control of league play a little bit here tonight.
And that's the quarterback with the swing out to the left-hand side. Cut back across to the 40, breaking a couple of tackles. And down close to the first down. That was a pass from David Alacron, the Menlo quarterback, to number 10, Aiden Israelski. Oh, I remember him from last year.
Pass is complete.
Looks like Shane Jason's down here being attended to by the EMT.
38-yard line.
You hope he's all right. Classy move by the Menlo Knights, taking a knee while this young man gets looked at.
And that indeed was a first down, and the ball is up to the 37-yard line of South City. As we take a look here, and we hope that young man is all right.
It's going to be another physical game for these Warriors tonight. Menlo had a running back run wild in their last game, so it's going to be all hands on deck to stop him and, frankly, stop a great passing team. The Menlo Knights have put up some points this year already, so the Warriors are going to have to be on their toes.
As we alluded to, our keys to the game, South City does need to get off to a fast start. Obviously, they tried to put Uncle Mo right on their side with an early onside kick, which unfortunately was fruitless. So Menlo with some great field position, but if South City can get themselves a great defensive stop here, that'll definitely go a long way towards switching that momentum up.
Well, you can do that sort of thing, John, when you have confidence in your team, when you project confidence and you say, hey, look, if it doesn't work, not a big deal, we can come back and get them again. And that's how they were able to win last week. They missed that, it's a field goal from about the 1, and the poor kid,
yeah.
The poor kid missed it by a nose, and they could have easily been dejected and, lost hope and lost their heart, but they persevered. They went into a tough overtime and gritted out a win, and that's what builds character.
Right, he's walking off the field now. That's a good sign. So hopefully it's nothing too major here for that young man. It's number 55, Shane Jason.
Big number 55.
Yeah, he's a great player. Had a great game last week. I was calling out his name quite often.
That's right. That'll be a big loss for this team if Shane can't get back out there.
All right, 1st and 10 here for Menlo. Handoff up the middle. A couple of great cuts there and a great run once again by number 10, Aiden Israelski.
That kid's fast.
He is quick. Kept those feet moving and kept South City defenders guessing, moving the chains once again for another first down.
John, the Knights are coming off of a 28-0 win against the Kings Academy, also the Knights, also a private school.
That's not confusing.
Knights on Knights on Knights.
Knights on Knights on Knights. There's a fascination with private schools in the royal court, is there not? What about Reardon? Isn't Reardon?
Yeah, I don't think we ever played Reardon.
Were they the Knights or something? Something like that. All right. Israelski again. Israelski with the speed, hits the corner. He's got one man to beat, and he's dragged out of bounds, but there is a flag inside the 5-yard line.
They might get him for bringing him down by the neck there. We'll see what the call is.
Yeah, Alapati might have gotten a little bit of the collar there.
Reardon Crusaders.
The Crusaders.
That's Mr. Boyd's. That's right. Católicos.
All right, so that actually has a much more historical reference to it, not just the Knights, but the Crusaders. I did watch Robin Hood, so I know a thing or two. Okay, and indeed it is the horse collar on South City.
Do you remember Ramir Morales?
I do. Yeah, absolutely.
He went to Reardon. Shout out to Ramir Morales if you're listening tonight.
If you're listening, do us a favor. If you're in the neighborhood, stop by Rolling Pin Donuts. This is what you're going to want to do.
You're going to have a chance.
You're going to want a box of just 6 chocolate old fashions, 6 raspberry filled jelly.
Oh no.
That's it. That's all you need. You don't need a lot of variety. Those are the 2 best ones. All right, that penalty in retrospect really doesn't do a lot. Moves the ball up about a yard. And 1st and goal. Rolling out to the right, looking for a receiver, turn to the corner, and touchdown Menlo. Quarterback keeper from Kevin Alarcon, who I don't know if that was
looked like kind of like a direct snap that was kind of timed weirdly, oddly, but he was able to get to the corner. There was some confusion there in the middle of the field for this defense, and he was able to score. So Warriors are going to have their hands full, man.
Very methodical by Menlo. I counted 4 plays there. 4 plays to the end zone. And here's the extra point. The snap, the kick is up, and it is good as Menlo takes an early 7-0 lead.
Well, let's see if the Warriors can put together some of that great offense we saw last week. The methodical pounding of the rock that worked so well for them in the first league game. We hope that they can go in and repeat that.
In the cafeteria,
Yeah, we saw a lot of Pua.
Yes, we did.
Saw a lot of the Pua brothers running all over the place. So I don't think South City's going to stop their regular diet of that.
No, I don't think so. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. John, I have the Facebook line hot right now. I got somebody saying that they have video of you doing that air guitar performance somewhere.
All right, burn that, please.
Hello. It's Friday night, man.
Is he working again?
I don't know. Probably.
He's probably working for Dre, man. You know, I know Dre makes him work those
Jimmy
real,
Iovine seems like a taskmaster.
those real late hours. So he's got us off in the corner.
I think he works on the Beats by Dre team.
What
I have an idea. Let's charge $50 more for the same product as
what part of the team do you work for? I work for Beats, the Beat division. Here's the kick. Nice high deep kick. Hauled in by South City at the 11-yard line. Cut up the middle. He's got a couple blockers and stopped in his tracks at the 35-yard line. Nice run back there.
Spencer's going to have another fantastic game. I mean, we called his name so many times last week, I lost count. But he's going to have to be ever present. He's going to be all over the field. They're going to expect a big performance from him tonight.
Omnipresent, indeed.
Hey, is that a Harvest Moon? I think that was a Harvest Moon.
Oh, great album too.
My 4-year-old daughter explained to me what a Harvest Moon is.
Yeah, it's a Neil Young album from the 70s. Handoff from South City. Connor off the left-hand side. Taken out by number 43, Calvin Pua. And a gain of about 3 yards.
Second down and 7.
And it is 2nd and 7 for South City.
A little shifting there from Menlo.
Alapati with the toss across the middle and hauled in. Great catch by Spencer Eugenio.
Well,
South City first down right across the middle.
I couldn't tell you what number play it was for the Warriors in last week's game where they went to the air, but this is play number 2. Play number 2, and they went to the air. So.
I don't know what Tyson is doing with the fluorescent colored long sleeves. it harkens to that team from up north, which I'm not a fan of. But he looks like he's doing. It looks like it's working for him. So as long as he completes passes, I'm okay with it. Back, another handoff. The middle. Looks like about a 2-yard gain there once again for Calvin Pua. You're going to hear those names, Alapati and Pua, a lot.
Yeah, the Warriors may not have as profitable a time running the ball through the middle as they did last week. I mean, last week was an aberration for that sort of thing.
I do have a correction from last week, too. I want to apologize to our faithful fans. I incorrectly said that the Ora Wheat Bakery is adjacent to the field here. It is now owned by Bimbo Brands.
Oh,
and Alapati again.
Bimbo.
Oh, he's going to pass up the middle once again. Great pass and catch by Spencer Eugenio.
Well, John, there's a flag on the play, so let's not get too excited just
But
yet.
I've already wasted my excitement then.
I know. It was another great pass. He fired it in there. There wasn't a lot of room for error, but if he's going to fit those passes in there, he won't need too much room.
Looks like a chop block on South City. That's going to hurt.
Yes, it is. It was a nice pass play that's going to get taken back for a chop block. Someday we'll have replayability. Mr. Boyd's working on that. Hustling for another, some more toys.
Looks like it's going to be 2nd and 24. 23. Check that. 2nd and 23. Once again, Bimbo Bakeries.
Bimbo. On Bimbo.
I think they bought out Hostess, though. Remember there was a time when people were panicking, couldn't get a Twinkie?
Yeah.
Right? Remember a few years back? Anyway, 3rd and 23. Handoff for South City. Not much doing there. They're going to be forced to punt here after a short gain.
Alapati stood tall to look like he was going to pass and gave it to his guy up the gut. It's actually 3rd down now, John, so they do have another shot at
I was going off the board there, and somebody made a mistake. Someone is going to be fired and going to be let go.
It's like Mr. Orlick is here sitting with us right now.
It's a tough economy. Hopefully they can find a job. I'm just kidding. All right, now it's 3rd. 3rd and 21 for South City.
Hello, Mr. O, if you're watching.
Back to pass. Fires it deep down the left side. And overthrown there, intended for Lance Sands. And now we've got a 4th and long for South City.
Too much arm there by Tyson. But that's what you want to do, right? I mean, that's as good as a punt, even if you fire it down. And
What you want to do is.
What you want to do
was liking the idea of the pregame dinner,
Yeah.
and now as I'm reliving the La Morena through the course of the game, I don't know. I'll get back to you.
The blood's leaving your skull and headed down to your stomach.
I don't remember am I getting old? I don't remember the portions being so big, man. I was having a hard time there. A quesadilla Suiza, they must lose money on that thing. It's got $5. It's got $5 worth of Monterey
It's
jacket.
all sawdust, man. The Warriors take a timeout here, talk about what they want to do on 4th down. Maybe the wrong personnel was out there or something.
Look, you got to punt. I mean, it's really that simple. It's too early on to be, your ball's at the 40. That's my opinion. You got to punt. You got to have the defense stand up to these guys, make some key blocks, get some hits, because they've yet to be able to stop Menlo. Just systematically marched down their last drive and was able to score in just a few plays. There's a South City band.
Band's pumped up.
South City's finest. It's a great location. You know, when I used to come to games, I used to like to sit right by the band.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. That's one of the best
and
places to be.
You never had a problem with that?
I never complained. I never complained about sitting next to the band.
Huh.
I mean, what is high school football without the bands?
Harvest Moon.
There's the Harvest Moon.
Harvest Moon.
Our producer,
I'm going to Google
Aaron Boyd,
Harvest
making
Moon.
sure we're watching the screen. We are, sir, at all times. We're asking for a raise at the end of the season. I'm asking for a bus pass and chocolate Twinkies for every game, or I'm not coming. All right, and South City will indeed punt. 4th and 21. Looking for a little bit of room. Nice punt.
Wow.
That's a great punt.
Fabulous punt.
Great bounce at the 20, at the 15, picked up by Menlo. And
What's
we got
the
a
call
bunch
here?
of whistles here on the play.
They call a fair. Do one of them call a fair catch?
Oh, looks like a fair catch was indeed called, Ricardo, and they're going to spot it at the 15-yard line.
Hey, we'll take it. That's a nice positive outcome here for these Warriors, and I'll give them a little pep in their step here.
Otinga Ofa with a great punt. We got some technical difficulties here. Stand by for
Little
just a moment.
fuzz. Thanks, Mr. Boyd, for fixing our sideline fuzz there.
Aaron Boyd is the lifeblood of this program. Don't slip on Boyd. All right, 1st and 10. Menlo with the handoff.
That's a fumble.
Again, looking for some
That's
room,
a
and the
fumble,
ball's
John.
on the
I think
ground.
the Warriors got it. I'm pretty sure the Warriors got it there. What a phenomenal. You could see the young man rip the ball there.
Recovered by the Warriors.
Wow.
Calvin Pua with the strong hands. I believe that was Pua making the strip. I saw some big arms there.
It looked
Just
like Pua. It looked
ripped
like
right up the
Rilski
ball.
with they're running as Rilski again, who's got some wheels and was just not able to hold on to it.
I think that was Menlo's second running back, and he made a couple of moves, decided not to go down, and he might think twice when facing one Pua.
All right, and obviously some a great move here for South City. Alapati back. Alapati flushed out of the pocket. Turns the corner for a couple of yards, gets a big hit, and a huge flag comes out.
Flag on the play.
We'll see what that flag is. Tyson put his shoulder down to accept quite a big hit. But the kid on Menlo didn't quite deliver. I don't know if he mistimed his jump at the quarterback. But as a defender, unfortunately, your eyes kind of light up when you see the quarterback running around outside the pocket. So we'll see what the penalty is here.
That's going to be personal foul against South City, or a holding, I'm sorry. That's a holding, not a personal foul.
Oh, I didn't see that myself.
You know, it was interesting, too, because that flag came out from from the perspective of the viewer from the right side of the everything was happening on the left side of the field. The right side of the field, the line judge there, fired it about 25 yards across the field. So apparently he saw something.
So we'll see what the Warriors dial up here, John. It's once again, penalties kind of hurt him a little bit here.
Yeah, Menlo's not a team that's going to let you survive too many self-inflicted injuries.
No, that's very
either.
true. That's very true. And they haven't. Menlo really hasn't allowed more than 14 points in a game thus far. Pardon, 16 points in the opener.
First down and 17 for the Warriors.
So they have some defense. They have some defenders, and they can put up points. So they're a very complete team.
Well, at 1st and 17, it drives the ball back out to the 22-yard line. South City sends 2 wide receivers out, pitches the ball back. Looking for a corner, not finding much room. Lance Sands.
Down at the 19-yard line.
That was actually Spencer Eugenio.
I heard Eugenio on them.
Eugenio?
I go with Eugenio, man. I'm from South City. I call it La Morena,
Second down.
La Morena.
Tapatia,
I'll let you say his name.
Lazy Boy. I call it.
All right, 7:37 left. 2nd and 14 for South City after a 3-yard gain. Back looking for pass across the middle. Oh, it picked up. Great reception there. That looked scary for just a moment.
Yeah, I do.
Demetrius Gutu with the reception. Way to go, big fella.
The big fella is always itching to get his hands on that rock.
He's not that big, actually. I just double-checked. He's only 6'3", 250.
Oh, it's just
Yeah,
tiny.
and you know these weights are off, so it's probably, I don't know, we'll count him after lunch today, probably 265.
I had a team mom clue me in. It was quarter pounders and chicken nuggets. Is what they're feeding these guys, in case we're wondering.
Quarter pounders and chicken nuggets?
Pua with the ball.
Oh, that was Pua.
Yeah, the Warriors are in
About
a
a
short yardage situation. I mean, everybody in the building knows that you're going to probably give it to Pua to get you to fight for some yards for you. So we'll see what the Warriors decide to do here, John. 4th down, deep in Menlo's territory.
Quarter pounders and chicken nuggets.
Quarter pounders, chicken nuggets.
I have to start sponsoring this from Lysol. Sponsored by Lysol. All right, 4th and 1 for South City. Looking for the first down. They don't need to get in. They just need to get over. And they got it. Great second effort there by Calvin Pua. I didn't think he had it at first, and he was able to lunge for a great first down. Love to replay for you, but if you want at home, you could just go ahead and move that cursor back over. Actually,
Your little minus 30 seconds button,
right.
Would that work?
You know,
I don't know.
I've never actually seen Facebook. Or, I'm sorry. Well, they're all owned by the same people almost. Google, I know, owns YouTube, but I don't know if I've seen YouTube Live. Have you? I don't know if you can manipulate it the same way.
I don't know.
As South City goes for 2, and they're going to be stopped short.
How many yards left do they have to go?
I'm sorry,
here?
goes for the touchdown rather, not for 2. I was getting ahead of myself. Ball's on the 1-yard line, 2nd and goal. Start talking about technology, I start losing my mind.
Call that radio.
We got a shot out from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Kachi Cove.
Tello sending me video from about 18 years ago is extremely jarring. Please don't do that anymore. Please don't do that anymore. We're going to be able to mirror our screens to the telecast one of these days.
Big shot out there to
horrifying.
Mark Kachi, who I know is probably enjoying his Friday night off with a nice soda or adult beverage of some sort, taking in this South City game from the friendly confines of Kachi Cove.
If you're in Philly, hit him up. We'd love to have you. Koch is a great host. And John, I think that's the All Souls Carnival back there. Don't quote me on that, but I'm almost certain that that's what that is out there.
All right.
That's going to go for the whole weekend, I think.
Do they have churros?
Probably. Yeah, absolutely.
If they have churros, I'm going.
Cheerleaders don't eat churros.
Well, they don't, but that's why we don't have a camera in here, because we do eat churros.
Boyd keeps offering to put a camera in here. I'm like, no, man, we don't need that.
Thankfully, something
Why would
broke.
you
He was
do
like, oh, yeah, the HDMI cable broke. We're like, thank God, man.
Yeah.
Just ate burritos before we got here. We're not trying to have a wide-angle GoPro in my face. All right, 2nd and goal for the Warriors. Looking for the equalizer. Power football across the line, waiting for the sign. Touchdown, Warriors.
Tyson decided to keep it and punch it in himself. Why not? And, geez, what a great start to this game for the Warriors. We all know that song.
That's your South City band once again. And we got Wolfie the Warrior, which I still don't understand.
It's not important.
He's losing his mind or her mind.
Wolfie is
its
Wolfie.
mind. Losing its mind.
John, Warriors lining up for 2 here.
And the handoff. And
Looks like he didn't get it there,
unable
John.
to, yeah, unfortunately. Calvin Poo was unable to get it in, but we talked about this last week. The South City appears to not have a kicker, which
Oh, I don't know, John. I think it might be for me. It's a short yardage thing. You know, if you can't rely on your team to get you 2 yards, it's going to be a long season. And even when it doesn't work out like this, you're still instilling into these kids like, I believe in you. I think you guys can do it, which, you know, for them at this age means a lot. You know,
I just don't think that. I just don't think that.
That's possible.
I just,
Diego Sanchez, if you're watching, we could use your boot.
that was always hilarious because Diego was a big fella.
Yeah.
He was a linebacker,
So
wasn't he?
linebacker marching out there to.
So I love high school
For a
football. A lot of
PAT.
Iron Man football that happens. They got
That's right.
260-pound linebackers kicking field goals.
South City, man, has always had the two-way players.
You got Kathy Ireland kicking field goals.
There you go.
Another unnecessary roughness reference, which is now about a 25-year-old reference, so I got to hang it up. And the lead in that movie was Scott Bakula. Scott Bakula. All right, here's South City with the kickoff.
There's some trickery again.
Once again with a short kick. Hauled in by Menlo at the 44-yard line.
Landon Smith bobbled it a little bit, but he had some time because that ball got to him in a hurry. So,
I mean,
not the result that South City wanted.
I would need an Imodium to catch that sucker because I'd hear a lot of footsteps. Also, the quesadilla Suisse is not helpful.
I see a flag out on the field as well, John.
Well, let's pick up the laundry and see what it's all about.
Called against the Warriors.
Again, another self-inflicted wound there. And South City's given up field position as that penalty takes the ball up to the 41-yard line.
You know, John, the penalties aside, I still think this is an incredibly great start for these Warriors. Unfortunately, this time last year, you know, they got absolutely blown out at Menlo. I mean, they got ran right off the field. They didn't put up a single point. But the year before that, here on the island, as I heard some players call it, it was a close game.
All right, pass intended there for Israelski.
It was a close game, John, and you know Menlo squeaked out of here with a victory. And I was honestly wondering what team would show up tonight: the one that got shell-shocked in Menlo last year, or the one that played him tough and made him work for a win this year. And so far tonight, it's that resilient Warrior team that we saw last week.
I'm gonna have to fact check your island thing. I don't know if anyone ever called it that.
I heard someone call it the island.
I think you've been pushing the island thing.
It might have been Wilson Warrior.
Since you saw the blue track. All right. After that incomplete pass, 2nd and 10 for the Menlo Knights. And it's like we're gonna have an offsides or a false start. And indeed, it's a false start by the offense. We'll take it back and try it again.
You're finally from the stands. Finally. And what?
I was watching the news the other day, and there's a new football facility in Texas because Texas loves their high school football.
Sure.
Did you see that they spent like $100 million?
Was that in Allen, Texas,
Something,
by any chance?
I believe
like a
it
suburb
was.
of Dallas?
I believe it was in Allen. That sounds like that. That sounds correct. All right, Menlo back looking to pass down the right side. He's got a receiver open, and great coverage there by number 25, Frank House. Not to be confused with Dr. House, but he is in the house. Not in my house.
The house always wins, John.
He's out of the doghouse.
I'm happy that sometimes if they don't turn their body, they get nailed for a PI there. So I'm happy that didn't happen.
Oh, he turned. He got turned.
The kid was there, man.
All right, 3rd and 15. South City looking for a big stop.
It's the quarterback having some words with his offense there.
5:26 to go here. Pass across the right-hand side. Big hit and a stop there from Tyson Alapati. And there's a flag. And a flag comes out.
Tyson's a little bit excited with himself on that hit. It was a nice hit. It was a nice hit. He didn't do it in the direction of the receiver. You know, he turned after making a good play. He motioned to his own team.
I hope they have a conversation and pick that up, but I highly doubt it.
That's a helmet? A helmet to helmet, I guess? Oh, did they toss him?
That's a personal foul.
Did they toss him?
It looks like they have removed.
They tossed him, John. They just tossed the quarterback out.
They have removed Alapati from this game.
They just tossed the quarterback out. And I don't know that our coach is aware, because when he is, he might blow a fuse.
I have no idea what would make that a play that would have him removed. It just looked like a solid hit.
John, it was a solid hit, and Alapati, yeah, maybe he was a little demonstrative, but from my point of view, it looked like he turned away and celebrated on his own. The referees are saying he kind of went helmet to helmet, but I didn't see it. He just came in and made a good hit.
You know, that's football. Rhythm. That's at full speed. I mean, you know, when you're dealing with kids, when you're working with youngsters, you got to explain to them why you make the calls. You got to try to teach them.
I saw the referee. I'm talking to a gentleman here in the stands. I saw the referee go to the head, and then that might be why they're throwing him out.
I didn't see anything intentional there. You know, and that's really unfortunate. He's the quarterback for this team.
But our referees.
He is.
They've got to discuss. They've got to discuss that a little bit. I mean, that's the quarterback, and you know.
If I could get Tello, if he's still watching, if he can go ahead and send me the replay here.
Sorry, Coach. That's a brutal, just a very, very unfortunate turn of events.
Yeah, well, I was getting on my soapbox there, but basically, I think that you really got to, if you're going to work with these kids, when we are dealing with kids here, they are playing a game. I didn't see anything that demonstrated that there was malice to that. You got to try to work with them, but just to toss them so quickly, well, South City is now going to have to deal with not having their quarterback in this game. 1st and 10 for Menlo. Flushed out of the pocket, little shovel pass. Aaron Rodgers-esque across to Israelski for about a 5-yard gain. That's going to bring up 2nd and 5.
Brutal, John. Alapati was having a great game already, man. He had the keeper in for the touch. He had a couple great rhythm throws. Just brutal. If you're an Alapati fan at home, you're probably pretty furious right now.
I think you should have Mr. Tello there send you not images from 18 years ago, but send you just a replay of that hit.
Just a quick replay.
Just a quick replay.
Somebody text message me a replay. I'd very much appreciate that.
What's the one that Luke said? Just boomerang it. Just boomerang it and send it over. All right, 2nd and 4 for Menlo. Handoff to Israelski across the middle. That's going to be for a 1st down.
Lance Sands with a nice takedown there. And it's going to have to be all hands on deck here. You know, next man up, as they like to say, as Gutu joins the fray here, closer to the end zone. 4 minutes left in this first quarter, John.
You know, and I definitely see a much different pace of play from last week's game, obviously. Well, not obviously. If you weren't here with us, it was much more of a running game by South City. And the clock was eaten up a lot faster. But, you know, obviously with a lot of methodical plays, a lot of passes, a lot of 1st downs here from Menlo, really slowing down the pace. And, you know, they're marching to their credit.
Nice takedown there by number 40. I apologize, I don't have our number 40's name on my roster here, but it was a nice takedown.
And 2nd and goal here for Menlo. Looking to go up by another quick shovel pass across the middle. Those always look so dangerous to me. Pass is complete and hauled in by number 28, whose name is unfortunately not on my list.
I don't have 28 either.
Okay. Those things always look so dangerous. They kind of just shovel those things off. Looks like a line drive punt.
Yeah.
Right to your chest.
So it looks like it gets out there in slow motion. It's just kind of floating out there.
All right, there's the snap. Corner of the end zone, toss. Looks like he got both feet in, waiting for the sign. And that is indeed a touchdown. Nice pass and reception there, hauled in by David Schmeyer, number 85, wide receiver senior, 6 foot, 175.
That was a nice catch by that young man. And better throw by the quarterback there. He just put it right up where only the wide receiver can get it. He put his feet down. It was a nice play.
And on a side note, it looks like Alapati's had to leave the field. I no longer see him on the sideline.
No, he's there.
Do you see him down there?
Yeah, he just came down.
Oh. And that's a missed kick there, missed opportunity there for Menlo. Looks like he just kind of got under it, and it's going to be 13-6, and we'll see what South City does with their backup quarterback.
Dylan Grady lost his shoe there, I think, on the kick.
I got the backup QB here is Frank House. I have to get him a different jersey number. He's 25. You're right. I see Alapati there getting some congratulations and kind of some condolences from some of his teammates.
You can feel the air kind of taken out of this place a little bit. But
I feel it.
But you know what, man? Next man up. You know who's not sulking? Frank House. Frank House is ready to roll.
I think Frank House sees an opportunity here.
He's taking snaps from a second-generation South City kid, Juan Barraza's kid, number 70. You know, when Frank House is ready to roll. Just reminds me of South City in 01, man. TJ going down, Neo picking up the slack.
Oh, he had a great season that year. It's a line drive kick picked up by South City, taken up to the 30-yard line. Great run back there by your boy, Anthony Maciel. It's your boy, homie.
That's a good name.
Maciel. I see some spotting in the middle of the field here. Do you think that's, are you a turf expert, Ricardo?
Negative.
Are we just getting some
this is new turf. I mean, relatively new turf. You don't know really
I always wonder
what it's going to do.
Yeah, I wonder what the shelf life is on these things. It's not grass, it doesn't regenerate itself. All right, 2:28 left here in the first. South City with the ball. Frank House is now your quarterback for your Warriors. There's a handoff, looks like, for no gain there. Stopped right up the middle.
John, that new synthetic turf was put in by Interstate Grading and Paving, a local business. And it's supposed to be easier to maintain. You don't need a grass specialist to grow lawns and fertilize it. And it's, waterproof.
What do you vacuum it? What if you get confetti on there? What do you do? All right, South City with a little toss back. Looking to find a corner. Eugenio there, we're looking for some room and not really getting much. He's going to be second down and 9. Or sorry, third down and 9.
We'll see how the running game responds to not having their quarterback out there because, it takes away some of those plays that you practice all week long that depend on a lot of timing between your quarterback and your running back. So,
and I did see everything here in real time, so I'll definitely, when I get back home, I will have a nice spot of tea and replay that to see if I see anything, truly malicious in it. As almost picked off there. Oof, that looked like an easy pick 6. That was dangerous. Dylan Grady there with the near interception.
And our kid Frank House took a big hit there. You just hope he's all right. It looks like he's composing himself a little bit out there.
Yeah, well, I mean, we got to be careful here because you are the third backup quarterback. And I saw you
eat. God help us all.
And I saw you eat 4 tacos.
2 tacos. One carne asada, one pastor. Oh, he's going to go, John.
Okay, fake punt.
He's going to go.
Finds the corner and the first down to the 50. Takes a big hit. Oh, and he's grabbing his knee, unfortunately.
Well, John, number 10 for Menlo there put his head pretty low. And, oh, my God.
We got no flags here, and Coach is not happy about that hit.
Ofa, he ran it, and he ran, and he took a helmet to the knee. I mean, I don't want to say that's a penalty, but it's, Ofa's in a lot of pain right now, and you hope he's he's all right.
Literally looked like that hat went right on the kneecap.
And our cheerleaders are taking a knee here. And
Coach's got to take a walk here just a little bit. I mean, it's definitely frustrating. Big hit. Looked like he had the first down. Looked like he was heading out of bounds. But
frustrating is exactly right, John. That's what you're hearing from the stands. That's what you're hearing from the coaches. You know, the players are feeling frustrated as well. It's tough.
Yeah,
it's tough.
Things have really taken a sour turn here.
Yeah, they kind of have. Man.
I'm not going to lie to you.
They
I mean,
sort of have.
You know, I do believe in like this kind of group feeling sort of deal. I don't want to get too hippie whimsical, but you can definitely feel like a pin you could hear a pin drop. And when you don't hear a pin drop, you hear some angry voices. So
yeah, and you know what? This is just this is a part of life, man. You're not always going to get the calls. You're not always going to get things going your way. And unfortunately, all you can do is persevere. You can let off some steam, that's for sure. You let off some steam in a healthy way, and then you go back out there and you say, all right, we have a game to play. This can either help me zero in my focus, or I can, lose my marbles and do what they want me to do, which is, get sloppy.
Well, I can understand Coach Oka's frustrations. He's really calmed down. He's talking to the referee now. But, you have your starting quarterback who has a hard hit. You get a hard hit against Menlo. Looked routine, though. I wasn't close enough to it. It wasn't on the near sideline here in the booth. Don't have replay. Looked just like a hard hit. Yeah, he definitely exalted that hit a little bit. He walked off and was a little excited about it. But to have him removed from the game, and then you see one of your players right in front of you look like he may have been going out of bounds to catch a helmet directly to his kneecap, and I really don't think there's any chance he's going to be coming back here. I'm just hopeful that young man doesn't have any severe, any serious damage there.
John, you've had some knee stuff in the past. I mean,
it's
you just hope it's nothing major, and he's on his feet.
No, I really don't.
These kids are superhuman, so you don't know if that actually means anything.
Their tendons are definitely a lot more flexible than ours. But he's walking on a little gingerly. I have someone who's experienced 2 knee surgeries in the same knee. It's not a fun experience. They don't come back. They just don't come back. It's the same. They really don't. I mean, I didn't hurt my knee when I was 17, 18.
Sure,
I'm sure when you're 17, 18, you could bounce right back from it. A lot of elite athletes come back. They get some surgery and they're good to go. But anyway, I could tell when fall turns to winter. I'll tell you that. As House pitches it back, South City's back in business, finding a corner, driving the ball through the left side, taking a few Menlo defenders with him.
Oh, John, I think
looks like the
Warriors may have lost the ball, unfortunately, and Menlo picks it up. So. Unfortunate turn of events there. Eugenio had a great run there. He's following his blockers. He was getting the first down, and unfortunately he lost the ball there. So there it is, man. Some more bad vibes, coming your way. So you have to block it out and go do your job.
Well, I want
depend on the guy next to you to do his work.
No, definitely, and I think Coach would definitely be pulling his hair out if he had any. But you hear that. It's pin quiet in here. South City really looking to get some momentum back. So important. It was a great run back there and just, a fumble by South City. And South City now with a timeout.
John, is this a composure timeout? What is this timeout?
I'm almost losing my composure, so I can only imagine being a 17, 18-year-old kid. Young adult, young man. I don't.
Oh, they're just kids, man. They really are. They really are just kids.
I wouldn't blame them. There's Wolfie the Warrior, just Wolfie, ambivalent Wolfie. If it is a composure timeout, I like it. To be honest with you, take a minute, remind these guys. They're in this game. I mean, they are down by 1 touchdown. It feels much worse than that. It feels much more dire than that because of everything that's transpired in the last, 9-10 minutes or 7 minutes of game time here. But South City is in this game. I mean, they're down 13-6. They got plenty of field to.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of game. John, we're not out of the first quarter.
No, we're not. Exactly. We're not out of the first quarter. There's a
lot of game left. There's a lot of game to be played here.
There's a lot of space between me and my halftime hot dog. All right, 1st and 10, Menlo Knights. Back, rolling out right, looking to pass. Another quick shovel pass and a stop.
What is the
and
what is the call
another
there?
flag.
What is the call there? He tackled him from behind.
You know,
He tackled him. How else is he supposed to tackle him there?
a hit put on there by Jeremiah Tafa. I really don't know. Okay,
Oh,
it's legal.
The timing of that flag was a little suspect. The kid made the tackle, and
Well, Tafa thought so too. He walked off immediately. He just walked away. He was like, I don't know what I did, but apparently I did something. You know, that sucks when the poor kid.
yeah.
We got coach up here. He's like he's pulling his hair out too. I mean, it's they already think that the next shoe's about to drop, right?
That's
like, what did I do? I don't. Are we still allowed to hit? Is it two-hand touch now? What's going on?
Do they still teach psychology here, John? That's conditioning, man. We were conditioned to expect questionable flag. Man. These refs are doing the best they can. Man. They just grit your teeth, bear it.
All right, 1st and 15. Pass on the left, on the right side. Oh,
what
great
a
catch!
catch!
A juggling catch hauled in. South City trying for an open field tackle and brought down about inside the 5-yard line. Wow, that's an amazing catch there by number 85, David Schwamer. Oh, my goodness.
I think that's Schmeyer there.
Schmeyer.
John. But really,
David Schmeyer hauled it in.
Fabulous catch. I thought that the Menlo QB put too much air underneath it, to be honest. But that kid ran it down. So nice play by that wide receiver.
That's some concentration to basically, hit that thing out of the air and slow it down.
Let's see what's going on here as the Menlo quarterback runs into play from the sideline. And you hear Coach Nico here next to me calling trips. There's another fade again.
Past the corner of the end zone and hauled in by Menlo's number 9, Kevin Chen. And another touchdown by the Menlo Knights.
And another great pass there. Our DB there was right there, but he didn't have his head turned to where the ball was, unfortunately. He was concentrating, I'm sure, on keeping up with that young man. So Menlo, unfortunately, is capitalizing on that play here.
Well, I'd imagine that Menlo's going to go for 2 here, and that's exactly what they're going to do. They got some sort of a funky formation here as they toss over to the left, and it's bounced off of Kevin Chen's helmet. South City once again still in this, down by 13. If you just tuned in, it is still the first quarter.
That's right. We still got some game to go.
We have taken no commercial breaks. Things have gotten weird. Some interesting things have happened. But get some good plays up on the board here, get a couple points going, get the crowd and get everybody back into this thing. Got to get that band playing Iron Man or something.
Yeah, we're getting pumped up. Mr. Talbert needs to dig into his hip-hop file, his rap file. The sheet music out. When you need positivity, John, we have cheerleaders.
Just unbridled positivity. Lots of smiling young faces. It's annoying. I'm just kidding, of course. It's fantastic. These young ladies on the cheer squad and I think there's a couple young men on the team as well. They're fantastic, especially because it is freezing out here most nights.
Yeah, it is.
All right, Menlo with the big kick. Hauled in at the 10-yard line by South City. And Spencer Eugenio once again taking it up to the 25-ish yard line. That's my new thing. I'm just going to say ish.
Ish.
Because then I say
cover your bases.
I say 26-yard line, and then then I get corrected in the background. So 25-ish yard line.
Cover your bases. Boyd says 27.
Ish. See? Ish is good for 3 yards on either end of it.
Plus or minus.
Plus or minus. Plus or minus 3.
What is it statistically significant?
Like a couple, right? Couple means 2, basically.
I failed stats so many times, I lost count.
I never made it to stats.
You didn't need to.
I took Spanish doce, though. All right. And a handoff from South City. Running through a big pile of Menlo defenders.
That'll do it for the first quarter. After 1 quarter of play here at Clifford Field.
Yeah, short gain, and then we're going to flip things around and try again in the second quarter.
Well, the Warriors have some things to talk about here as they switch sides on the field, John. It's been a kind of crazy first quarter, and I think it's good for the Warriors that this bell rings and it allows them to reset their mind a little bit and get back to the task at hand, look up at the scoreboard and say, you know what, it's still a game.
All right, well, on that note, let's go to our sideline reporter, Jerlene Miller. Jerlene?
Turn around, baby.
Hey guys, it's Julene reporting live here with
RL. And Rayson.
And who are you guys supporting here today?
Tyson.
Even though he got ejected out the game, it's all good though. We finna
We still play the
come
hard
out
side.
with the yeah.
And what do you guys predict the final score will be?
I think it's going to be like 25 to 15.
What about you?
Yeah, hopefully we come back and get out with this W.
There you guys have it.
Thank you, Jerlene.
All right, Jerlene, thank you for that sideline report. Okay, so 25 to 15, so he's calling South City to lose then. South City's got 6, and
I think RL and Rayson were getting ready for their prepared remarks. I don't blame them for not looking at the score. I think they were thinking about what the score should be. I think if it were called a little differently, I think that's maybe what they were going with.
I say we just spot South City 4 points and we call it a wash.
I think that's fair.
All right. And we got 2nd and 8 here as the referee is adjusting the linesman's number.
Check that 2nd down and 8 for the Warriors.
2nd and 8 for the Warriors.
Nice run up the gut there by Pua. John, the fact is, Menlo's going to stack the box here and force South City to go to the air. I mean, they probably were planning on doing that anyway because Pua is such a game changer, and there's so many change of pace backs back there. But without a quarterback, they're going to say, beat us in the air, but we're going to have 100 dudes on the line in the box.
Can they have 100 dudes in the box?
I believe they can.
Another handoff for South City. Find the corner. He's got it. First down. Cross the 50. Great run there by Spencer. What's his name?
Eugenio.
There you go.
I hope it's Eugenio. I've been saying it for, a couple of years now.
I'll give everybody your address. They can send you a mail.
Please do.
And I'll give you your email
You
address.
said to my old South City address, next to Mrs. Forney's house.
How do you feel when you come in here on a Friday after a long day of work, taking care of your 2 beautiful daughters? You come back to the town where you grew up. How does that make you feel?
I'm not exaggerating, this is the highlight of my year. These 4 nights, sometimes 4 nights and 5 in one day. But this is a huge honor for me.
All right, House is rolling out. Looking for a pass. Truss trying to get himself some more time so he can get rid of that ball, but sacked in the backfield there by pig number 74, J.H. Tevis,
And
6'5", 227.
Unfortunately, John, that's just, a little bit of inexperience and some nerves, I'm sure, as well. His instinct to get rid of that ball probably not as sharp as it is because he has not played a snap, really. He's not, under center at least, he's not played a snap.
Well, that puts him in 2nd and forever. Don't have a lot of plays drawn up for 22 yards. But we'll see if South City can hopefully cut this thing in half and have a reasonable 3rd down attempt.
Well, I think if this O-line, and they've been able to, if this O-line can protect their quarterback for a little bit, he's going to have some playmakers down the field that he can dial up a nice pass.
It was a pitch back to Eugenio, and it almost looked like it was a little bit behind him. Got a little nervous there for just a moment. Short gain on the play, about a yard.
And those kind of swings and short passes, those are going to go a long way towards settling down our quarterback. Some, quick things that'll let him build a rhythm, develop a rhythm. And is it 3rd down? I believe it's 3rd down.
Yeah, it's 3rd and 21. All right, House looking to pass, rolling right. Once again being pursued by the Menlo defense. He's able to get just a couple of yards. And it's going to bring up a 4th and long right outside the 50-yard line.
A great run by the young quarterback there. And he's not afraid of getting hit. He ran that right in there. There's some big kids on that Menlo defense.
Man, J.H. Tevis, he's a big fella, but he's got some wheels, man.
That's a big defense.
All right, South City looking to punt here. Oh, there's a snap almost a little bit too high.
Beautiful punt there by Jeremiah Tao.
And it looks like it rolls out around the 21, 22-ish yard line.
Little coffin corner, never hurt anybody. What's the last version of Madden that you played?
15.
Oh, really? Was it crazy?
I don't really play video games.
I haven't played it since 05, like a Madden 05.
Don't get me started. I bought the PlayStation 4. And let me tell you what, though, I'm very glad that I did because I'm a cord cutter.
You were the kid that had every system under this. You had like a Jaguar.
I always had Sony. I always had Sony systems, though. I had the wrong systems.
Sega CD.
Right? I had Sega, and then I had the Sony, and then
Jaguar,
I had
the CDX. Did you have a CDX?
was it? No, it was Sega CD. Swamp Rat, man. It's a great game. I will play some Swamp Rat right now. As Menlo swings it out. Is Realski again with the ball. Is Realski just very elusive to tackle. Slithering around for a gain as
what's
a
the
flag
call
comes
here?
out.
What's the call here?
4 yards on the play.
The Menlo's quarterback took a big hit before getting rid of that ball on that swing.
But that flag came out much later than that, so we'll have to see what. Oh, the flag's actually on Menlo.
It's like I think Coach Nico's here saying that one of our kids got hit late, so that'll help out the Warriors a little bit. Warriors are going to have to get some pressure on this quarterback if they hope to stifle their passing game, because he's had a chance to step back and make a couple of really nice long throws. And really the only way to stop that is to get someone in the backfield, get some pressure on him.
I don't remember the last time I sat in this booth with all these windows open with a short sleeve shirt on.
Calvin gave me a polo, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this?
I'm loving life right now. This is great. South City will get a great stop here, hopefully get a touchdown, and then we'll be back in the sucker.
How about it?
It's a quick swing out there from Menlo. Pass hauled in. And taken down by South City, short of the 30-yard line.
Nice shimmy there by Xavier Dickinson to get a couple more yards after that catch. It's the first time I think I've called that young man's name. First time tonight.
Second down and 5 for the Knights.
Xavier, do you think his friends call him X-Boom?
Probably.
I would.
That's what I'd call him.
Now you got me thinking about old video games. Remember Firefox?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, man. You know what? I'd
play
play
the internet browser. Of course, I remember Firefox.
I'd play GoldenEye right now. All right, 2nd and 5 from Menlo. Got 3 wide receivers. I got a 4 wide receiver set. Sure enough, it's a pass across the middle. One guy to beat, and great open field tackle there. It's number 85 with the reception of the run. That's David
Schmear.
Brought down by, I believe that was Luis Lopez with the tackle.
Quick pass, nice run, hit him in stride, and our kid did a good job to keep him from taking it to the house.
All right, 1st and 10, Menlo. Handoff to Realski. Realski just cutting off 4 and 5 yard runs almost at will.
Jeremiah there with a nice tackle from behind. He's not quitting on any single play here. That's always the word with these Warriors. They're resilient. They're going to keep fighting.
And Kevin Alarcon, the quarterback for Menlo, doing a great job of keeping the tempo on this team. You know, Menlo doesn't look rushed. Look very methodical, taking their time, getting their plays in.
It's true.
They've got a game plan that they're looking to execute.
Well, they certainly feel like they're in the driver's seat, John. They've had a few calls go their way. They've had a couple of nice pass plays.
And there's another one right across the middle, hauled in, and he's going to be in for 6. Breaks the tackle and touchdown Menlo. That's David Schmear again. And South City's running the risk of having this thing put out of reach.
And that's the same play they ran, a couple times here, that quick little pass in stride. That's a practice play. Obviously, it's something they rehearse during the week. And when you have your starting quarterback in there, you can do some great things timing-wise that unfortunately the Warriors are not going to have that opportunity because our kid Alapati got thrown out about latter end of the first quarter there. You're just joining us.
And that kick is up, and it would have been good from the 40.
6 minutes and 25 seconds left in the half.
Yeah, losing Alapati is a big hit. I mean, South City's now gone down by 20. Once again, I want to be clear, a lot of time left. He said South City was running the risk. His Twitter feed is blowing up. He said running the risk of, of it being put out of reach here. Definitely not there yet.
John, I printed out the daily announcements. I didn't do that last week, but I have them this week.
Are you going to do the daily announcement?
I'm going to do the daily announcements at some point. And I'm going to read them in order in respect to the way that they were posted to the web by Miss Rudd. I respect her authority. Wolfie. That's right, Wolfie.
There's Wolfie the Warrior.
Get mad, Wolfie. Get mad.
Mention Wolfie the Warrior at Party City for a 10% discount. Don't do that. It's not going to work. They're going to look at you like you're crazy.
Who's Wolfie the Warrior?
It's Wolfie the Warrior.
Come on, baby. It's Wolfie.
I mean, could they at least, like, you know, maybe stitch a W to Wolfie's chest or something? That's a great kick. Big kick out of the end zone for a touchback.
And that was a great shot by our cameraman, catching that ball almost going right past the moon, man. You can appreciate some really beautiful camera work here from Boyd's team.
That moon keeps getting higher and higher. That's weird. It's strange how that happens.
Indeed. I think it's magic.
That Harvest Moon. Do you own Harvest Moon on vinyl?
No. Should I?
It'd be a lot cooler if you did. I don't know. You know, I don't know, man. You know, of all the old school music that I try to push on people, I don't push Neil Young because Neil Young is very polarizing. A lot of people just don't like him. I get it. I like him.
It's an acquired taste.
It is. It is. Yeah. All right, South City with the ball. 1st and 10. 6 minutes, 25 seconds left. Handoff in a short gain there by South City. You know, and since we are talking about music, I'll take this moment to talk about the passing of one of my favorite artists, Tom Petty. That was a bummer, man.
Yeah, it was.
You know, and I know people come here for an escape, so we won't talk about all the things that happened this week. Everyone knows, and I know everyone's saddened by it, but Monday was just a bummer of a day.
It certainly was.
It was a hard day for everybody, and just to top it all off, you hear about Tom Petty, great artist.
It's been a bad week, man, to say the least.
Right?
Our flags were flying half-mast for that very reason. South City's flags were flying half-mast with a lot of people in mind.
As there's a handoff there. Turns the corner and short gain by Oscar Reyes.
Nice run there by the young man. We called his names a few times last week, and he has the ability to change the pace back there. He's a different look than Pua. He's a different look than Eugenio, and it's just the just what the doctor ordered.
Did you play any Tom Petty this week?
I listened to terrestrial radio a lot, and the Bone had like a happy hour devoted to Tom Petty, so I was able to enjoy that on a commute.
All right, 3rd and 8 for South City. Flags coming down the backfield. Pass is incomplete and intended for Spencer Eugenio. Okay, and it's going to be on Menlo.
Hey, how about that?
Terrestrial radio.
Terrestrial radio.
Terrestrial radio.
Terrestrial,
basically, you're just saying you listen to the radio.
Well, no, because, you know, XM, Sirius, HD.
You don't
radio.
Spotify? You don't do any of those?
No,
I
man,
Spotify quite
I've been
a bit.
taking the Mustang, the OT3 Mustang into work.
Oh, I got you.
I don't even have an aux cable in there, man. It's pretty.
As a matter of fact,
sad.
I was forced to listen to, and I love it, don't get me wrong, I was forced to listen to an hour of NPR on the way here because for some reason my Bluetooth wasn't pairing. And I had a playlist
What
set.
a nightmare. What a horrible
I know,
end to
right?
this week.
Hashtag
your Bluetooth doesn't work.
Hashtag first world problems, but you know, I have a playlist for after work, right? Got a little playlist set up, got my songs, got a little Tom
There's
Petty,
our camera folk.
little
Nice
Jason
work.
Isbell. Hey, there's some hardworking camera folks up there.
Let's get those kids a jacket.
I bet
Another
they got
jacket.
a playlist.
Third jacket.
That kid on the left there.
Mr.
Hey.
Boyd really directing the heck out of this game, asking those kids to wave.
This thing is more choreographed than a North Korean parade.
Hey.
As South City's back, and a short toss there by House. And that's going to be incomplete, and that's going to bring up a 4th and long. Yeah, so anyway, had the playlist, tried to get the playlist going, and didn't work out. But I found out some very interesting things on NPR. Highly recommend it. Why do they all talk like this?
You're listening to member-supported public radio, 88.5.
All right, 4th and long is a punt. Oh, it's a short squibber of a punt. That's not going to do much as it rolls out of bounds.
And Jeremiah
49,
has had
44-yard
a
line.
few good kicks tonight, but that wasn't one of them.
Menlo will take over 1st and 10.
That's bound to happen, man, if you kick enough times.
And there's Wolfie the Warrior scaring children.
No, those kids are pumped up. They're not afraid of him.
Where are your parents? Wolfie the Warrior having a grand old time.
This is nice.
Terrestrial radio.
Oh, he's doing that thing. I was doing that thing in high school. That move.
Terrestrial?
Terrestrial, yeah.
Terrestrial. I'm having a hard time saying terrestrial. You know what? I didn't do my vocal warm-ups today, that's why.
Think extraterrestrial.
Tip of the teeth, tip of the tongue. All right, 1st and 10, Menlo with the ball again. 4 wide. Oh, nice. Thrown across the middle and swatted down by Lance Sands.
And, John, you can't blame Menlo for trying the quick slant up the middle.
No. File that under the if it ain't broke category.
That's exactly right. You know, last week the Warriors were pounding the rock, doing the same, you know, not exactly the same thing over and over again, but they were running up the gut and it was working.
Is your brother listening tonight, by the way?
No, he's out of town.
He's out of town. Well, you know what? Since he's a dental professional, he's a dentist. I'd like for him to know I went to the dentist today. Clean bill of health.
All right, very good.
You know,
He'll be happy to hear that.
Trigo, if you're listening.
Those kids are harassing Wolfie now.
Oh, looks like Wolfie has been ostracized. All right. Pass on the right side. He's wide open. That pass was intended once again for 85. David.
Schmear.
Like John Mayer Schmear. Got it. John Schmear. David Schmear. Looks a likely target there from quarterback Kevin Alarcon. And
he's got some wheels. The quarterback threw that ball with a little bit more touch on there. He would have had him. Warriors got to adjust, John. It's as simple as that. Wolfie's jacked up.
And these cheerleaders are bringing the excitement here to the crowd. 3rd and 10, Menlo. Look, Warriors looking for a big 3rd down stop. Flushed out of the pocket. Across to the right-hand side. Oh, juggled and dropped by his real ski. He had it for just a moment and lost it. Was not able to complete the catch.
Well, John, it wasn't so much that as it was Sands getting a hand in there and disrupting the receiver's opportunity to come down with the ball. So a nice play by the DB there to put a stop to this drive. But we'll see what Menlo decides to do here.
It looks like Menlo's up. They're gonna punt it, supposedly.
Well, you got to watch out, John, with so many weapons that Menlo has. You can't just assume that they're going to kick the ball here.
Put a
we saw
spy
the
on
Warriors
it.
do something earlier, and
got to put a spy on his real ski, but Menlo does indeed punt. As that ball is headed for the end zone, and it's going to be a touchback.
The end zone thing.
Or is he saying that went out of the 1 yard line? Okay. You know what? That rolled out of bounds at the 1 yard line. Okay.
Oh, man. Maybe the angle's not great from here, but, geez, I really thought
it's not great. But you know what? We are catching all the breaks tonight, so not shocked. South City with a short 99 yards to go.
Coach, I'm with you.
I thought it went. I thought it went on the inside of the hash mark. That might have been. I mean, the pylon, but that might have just been wishful thinking.
Maybe. Benefit of the doubt. Referees doing their best. We'll stop whining about the refs now, I promise.
I am not
going forward.
I am
no
not whining.
More whining.
Yeah.
No more whining.
Well, luckily next year, with just a small member-supported donation, we can have some. Oh, that's not good. That's going to be a false start on South City. But when you're on the 1, there's really ain't that much further to go.
Yeah.
Now I do feel like public radio.
From support of members like you.
I listen to this.
For a very small donation, next year we can bring you replay and a telestrator.
I listen to the Sacramento NPR, which is different from the Bay Area NPR.
You don't get 88.5 where you're at?
I do, but not as good as the Sac one.
As well?
Not as well, excuse me.
It's good.
Sorry, Mr. Schaefer and Mr. McDale.
There's a flag comes in there after that tackle. Waiting to find out what it's for here.
Apologies to all my English teachers at South City for messing that up. Sorry, Mrs. Molosky.
Nah, you speak English good.
Sorry, Mr. Beeson. My apologies on muffing that very easy English sentence. Mr. Beeson, John, I started in college prep English in 9th grade, and he gave me the green light to go up to honors halfway through the year. I'll never forget it.
Fascinating story. Is South City with a very short handoff and run there. South City not really doing much on the ground, unfortunately.
He gave me and Evita Guzman the green light to go up to honors, and because of the way we did it, we never had to read Great Expectations. One of my great accomplishments. No, accomplishments. Do you remember how long that book was? I never had to read Great Expectations, and I didn't see the movie. Movies. There's several movies.
Oh, third down for South City. That ball is in their end zone and picked up by Menlo, waiting for the sign there, and sure enough, it's another Menlo touchdown.
That's unfortunate. That's your backup quarterback, kind of with an unfortunately thrown kind of pass, kind of haphazardly thrown back there. And they didn't react quick enough to fall back on it, and Menlo did. You know, Menlo, they're sensing a wounded team. And that's what the Warriors are right now.
Yeah, and Alapati can just look on and think about what might have been.
Yeah, we had ourselves a game here, not 15 minutes ago. But
we had ourselves a game in the first quarter, and this unfortunately is starting to slip out of reach here. As South City has gone down by 26, waiting for this extra point attempt. And the kick is up, and it is good. So down by 27. Oh, I'm sorry. Bad angle. It really is a bad angle up here.
I guess so. Sorry, ref.
To the left. It had plenty of boot, but he pulled it to the left.
Attention, juniors. The PSAT for 11th grade is this coming October 11th during 1st through 4th periods. And attention, freshmen. The PSAT for 9th grade is postponed until October 26th. Remember to register ASAP because there is limited space. SATs, so very important. They changed the whole scoring system around. It's very different from my day. A lot of things different from my day. So much stress with the SATs. It's all piling on for some of these kids.
And that's a big boot by the Menlo kicker. Just putting it through the end zone. That PSAT team, that's tough.
Yeah.
I remember taking the PSAT at Washington High School in San Francisco.
I think I took mine at Cap. I can't remember.
You were a smarty pants. You got like 1,100 or something, right?
The first time I took it, I got 11 something. But I can't touch the king, man, the Don, dude.
Well, he would roll out of bed and literally roll out of bed and get a 1,200, right?
Is it past the statute of limitations? Can I say that he? No? Okay. Tune into our.
You're the worst.
Turn into our after show here. Turn into our after show, and I'll tell you about all these things.
No, he won't.
All of them. Meet me on the Bay Bridge. Nice job there by South City to not lose the ball there and not get hurt. I mean, that's the concern now, that you have your backup quarterback in there. And the timing isn't quite right on some of these plays. You had two kids running into each other. That could get very dangerous. So focus needs to be a little bit better for these kids. It's a tall task, man. They can see the score.
Yeah, no,
they know what's going. They see what's happening.
It's hard for everybody to keep focus. You know, it's definitely something that you know, this is the time of the game when you got to start, you know, putting your head down there, trying to execute your game plan to the best of your ability, so you can really pick some positives out of this game moving forward into next week.
And it's a long game, John. You hope that this doesn't devolve into a chippy, you know, a bunch of annoyed kids. And
you know, I will say though, Ricardo, you know, it is a very mature team. I mean, you know, when we first started doing this several years ago, I would say that there was, you know, you could see a lot of those, you know, juvenile type penalties, you know, late hits,
young team stuff. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. And it was a young team. There was a lot. I remember there was a lot of sophomores, a lot of juniors. As South City there with a nice run for making it. It's going to make it 4th and short, which I'd imagine they're going to go for it, even though it looks like they're not going to go for it. Trust me.
Pua taking a couple kids with him there.
But anyway, back on my train of thought. You know, I haven't seen a lot of silly penalties. I mean, Obviously, there was that big Alapati hit, which I really have to see later on because in real time, it just looked like a big hit. It didn't look like anything malice. It didn't look like there was any malice to it.
I agree.
So, I got to check that out, though. And of course, I don't want to be too much of a homer. So I'll check that out.
We might be a little
He got a little excited. He did like a woohoo, that was a great hit sort of deal, but I didn't see anything too out of the norm. As South City punts. That ball hits in the 40, picked up by Menlo. Brought across to the 50-yard line by number 8, Dylan Grady. So, yeah, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen like a lot of, personal fouls or anything silly. Really, it's Alapati going out. You got a backup quarterback trying to find his rhythm.
That's right.
And Menlo really capitalizing on their game plan. All those things have really led to this 32-6 score.
That's certainly true. John, starting next week, the counseling office will be providing assistance in completing college applications and the college process. You must sign up 1 day in advance in the counseling office. Times are available Tuesdays, lunch and after school, and Thursdays, lunch and after school. Holler at your counselor.
Holler at your counselor.
Holler at your, I added that myself. Holler at your counselor.
All right. 1st and 10. Ball just a couple inches outside of South City territory. Nice throw across the middle. Looks like that's, they love that play. A little cut across the middle. Pass intended once again for number 85, David Schmeyer. Not related to John Mayer. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
I didn't think he was.
No, it doesn't seem like he would be. Let's go to the All Souls Festival at halftime and get a churro. I think if someone takes us, well, you can see the excited crowd here at South City. That was perfect timing as the camera pan. That gentleman on the right was just shaking his head, man. That looked like my neighbor for a moment. South City alumni, Danny Marcucci. I know that wasn't
him.
That looked like him.
You sure it wasn't?
I mean, it's a 7-inch monitor I'm looking on, so I got to go take a peek. Menlo turns the corner. I got to say, I do like this quarterback. This quarterback is putting together a nice game here.
See what the flag is on this play, John.
Emilio Simbeck.
It was thrown in the back of all the action, so you think that might be a hold. Oh, he's picking up the flag. Forget it.
He did the wavy nevermind. That was actually the name of my college band, the Wavy Nevermind.
Wavy Nevermind.
Great,
it was a Nirvana cover band.
It's a great name for a band.
It's a Nirvana cover
Wavy
band.
Nevermind. Come and support my band, Scrantonicity 2. I'm no longer a part of Scrantonicity. For all you Office fans out there.
Anybody rewatching The Office?
Text
John Dio.
It really is a great show. You know what? I was saddened though because I put on the British version. I did not like it at all.
No?
No, I tried, man.
Oh, come on.
It's very dry. It's very dry. But the American version, Michael Scott, oh my gosh. Dwight Schrute. And wide open, and the pass is hauled in once again by number 85, David Schmeyer. Pass launched by Emilio Simbeck.
Schmeyer's having quite a half. A lot of nice plays by that young man.
6'1", 185 senior, number 18. I think I've been mistakenly calling him Kevin Alarcon all night, who I believe is the backup quarterback, sophomore. So it's actually going to be Emilio Simbeck, who's been having a great game there at quarterback, really controlling the tempo, doing a great job.
Well, you know they want to fill the box score for Schmeyer. They're going after him quite a bit. We'll see what the Menlo kids do here.
Oh, 1:07 left here before halftime.
Got a false start on that.
We got delay a game on Menlo. And we'll take it back 5 and try again.
5-yard penalty. Ball be placed at the 13-yard line. 1st and goal from the 13.
John, I'm getting some feedback here from Facebook. Being told that our eyes out in Philly are telling me that was a clean play. Clean hit.
Tell him we're going to need some video of that. He's going to send it into our handsets here.
We might need Ilana's help for that. On his cricket phone, probably won't be able to get the shot. So I don't think...
Timeout Menlo after a short gain there. 57 ticks left.
I don't think I've seen Menlo run it much often in the rest of this half. since really the opening drive. They were running it a few times, and they've kind of gone away from that and hanging their hat on that fantastic passing game. We'll see what they decide to do here in the red zone. They've run 2 fade routes. I wonder if they go back to the well on that. You figure during this timeout, coaches are reminding them, hey, they're repeating a lot of their plays. You know,
veritable
be
greatest
wary.
hits, if you will.
Yeah, be wary. John, Hawaii Pacific University reps will be here on Monday during 5th period. Sign up in B3 to attend. Hawaii Pacific University.
Is there going to be any financial aid discussions? Because that's an island. It sounds expensive.
You know what? There is I think that's in here somewhere, some help with that stuff. I know it's online, man. That stuff is very complicated. If you're new to that or you don't know anybody that's gone through the process, that can be daunting. That's what the counselors are there for.
I was heartened to hear a recent high school grad who's a daughter of one of my colleagues at work said that CSU Mentor still exists. It's still a website. As there's a pass to the corner of the end zone. Great defensive stop there. Broken up by number 25, Frank House.
And that's all you can do, John. Frank got beat on one of those earlier, and you know it's in his mind. He's also the quarterback tonight. He's also being asked to cover their best receiver.
Asked to do a couple things.
Yeah. Have yourself a nice game. You're the quarterback and you're covering the best receiver.
So CSU Mentor, check it out.
But just a nice recovery there by Frank to make a nice play on something he thought might be coming. So
Frank
good for
the Tank Dr. House.
Frank the Tank.
The doctor is in. 3rd and goal from Menlo. Emilio Simbeck back, looking left. Pass is incomplete, and this time broken up by number 21, Oscar Reyes. That name sounds familiar.
Another nice play. You know, the quarterback had plenty of time to measure that throw and made an okay throw, but Reyes did a nice job to break it up. So nice couple plays here.
Okay, go.
Okay, go. Great band.
Great band and an okay throw. All right, 49 ticks left, 4th down. Menlo's lining up for the field goal attempt. It's going to be about a 23-yarder. Kick is up, and I will wait for the hands to go up. It is good.
Field goal is good. 45 seconds left in the half.
As Menlo's gone up 35 to 6.
And that clock's going to hang out here for a second. All right, John, what else I got for you? Seniors, if you would like to learn more about Skyline College, sign up in B3 to attend this helpful session on Tuesday. I went to Skyline, John, during summer.
I took guitar there.
Oh, yeah?
I took guitar at Skyline College.
I forget. I think I took Psychology 1 at Skyline.
How'd that work out for you?
That was quite an experience. Quite an experience. Not everybody was there with the same intent.
45 seconds break. 45 seconds before we break here and hit the Snack Shack for a world-famous chicken teriyaki bowl.
I only have $3 left, so we're somewhat limited.
Can I use one of those for a bottle of water?
Yeah, sure. Don't you have a whole thermos of coffee there?
I drank the entire thing.
Did you really?
I'm incredibly dehydrated now. Apparently the stuff's a diuretic. Did you know that?
I did.
I mean, that was some Pete's. That was some Pete's coffee in there.
Oh, nice.
And brewed some at the end of the day. Get me through my drive from the South Bay. Took a nice cruise up Highway 280. And, joined the team here for our second game of the season as South City with a nice 7-yard run there. Was that Spencer Eugenio?
I believe it was, John.
All righty. And the clock is running down here.
Any timeouts left for the Warriors, John?
It looks like South City has one timeout remaining.
Let's see if they try to get a playoff here and maybe call a timeout.
Might go for the old Statue of Liberty. Nope. Oh, it's a brutal hit in the backfield by number 74.
He got back there in a hurry, John.
That's the big 6'5", 227-pound senior. I don't buy 227, but
That'll
okay.
do it for the first half here at Clifton Field.
Looks like the Warriors will let it tick into the half, John, as it was a tough kind of emotional first half of football. You know what I mean? I think we had a positive start to the game. How do the fans feel, John? How's our sideline ladies?
All right, let's go to our sideline reporter, Sheila. Sheila?
Oh, and we don't have Sheila on the line, unfortunately, here.
Sheila's having some microphone problems.
She heard us. Here we go.
Sheila, you're on. Let's try to see if we can get back to our sideline reporter, Sheila.
Go ahead, Sheila.
Hey everyone, I'm here with
Nicole Hoffer.
So Nicole, what are you looking forward to this cheer season?
I'm looking forward to performing at Bell Game with everyone and hitting our routine and going to Nationals this year in Disneyland.
You heard that, South City.
Bye, Warriors.
All right, thank you, Sheila, for that halftime sideline report. And we're going to take a break here, folks, and we're going to let you do the same. Get yourself a nice beverage, maybe something salty or sweet to eat. And we'll see you in about 12 minutes here as the South City Warriors trail in a nail-biter. The Menlo Knights 35-6.
South City Band. Head on over to the snack shack. It's still open. There's not a big line over there. You can get yourself a nice hot chocolate or some coffee. They also have hot dogs, hamburgers, cheeseburgers, chicken sandwiches, and the world famous chicken rice teriyaki bowl for only $4. All sales directly benefit our South City athletic program, so pick up a snack and help support our South City Warrior athletes. Also, don't forget, tonight's game is being broadcast live on YouTube, so call, text, message, tweet, or Snapchat your family and friends and tell them to log on to YouTube to watch the second half of tonight's game live. Once again, there's going to be the Pumpkin Fest on Friday the 13th. There'll be a carnival in the cafeteria and a haunted house in the auditorium. ASB will also be selling pumpkins. Stop by B8 to purchase one for $5.
Majority of our students have hard lives. Families that are living in a one-bedroom apartment, 2 families, not one. They're exposed to the facilities at Genentech. Being inside a scientific building, and what does that look like? What does a scientist look like? To get to know that they look like maybe their sister, their brother, their cousin, and that could be them.
South San Francisco is a friendly community. A lot of people know each other. You feel safe. My dad is from El Salvador. School is #1 priority.
I'm going to give an assignment. It's difficult to assume that the kids will have the resources to do the research, to type up paper up. I don't think a lot of kids actually have computers. When I first started here, I was in a portable. Trying to do labs was difficult, trying to get 4 desks, put them together to make a table. So I do enjoy coming to school every day.
I worked at Stanford Research Institute. I did immunology research, but decided that I had a great experience in my public education, and so I just wanted to give back to the community that I grew up in.
I love science. I learn best by doing hands-on work. I met some of my closest friends through doing lab. I am on my way to an A. I'm almost there.
I like reading. Me gusta leer. Cuando sea grande quiero ser doctor. My favorite subject is math.
They get to play with an idea.
I like to do experiments.
That has always been a value of science. That exposure could then lead into this interest of science that could then lead into middle school, and it developed into high school, and it developed into college. Science as a career.
Welcome back from that short break, folks, as the South City Warriors trail the Menlo Knights 35-6. We're just about to get underway here at the Island.
That works.
A name that's been going around for quite some time. Also known as Ray DeYoung Field.
Several years.
Did you say the stadium has a name and then the field is Ray DeYoung Field, but the stadium has its own name, right?
I'm flipping through my documents. I don't want to get this. I don't want to get this incorrect.
Should we get iPads, like matching iPads?
Mr. Boyd, we need iPads.
I think we can maybe get the iPads.
We're gonna need iPads.
The telestrator in the iPad can probably be something.
With our names like laser etched, like likenesses of our faces on them, so we know who's who.
Really can't say enough of the hard work that Aaron Boyd and his students do to make this whole thing possible for us to come to you live here on YouTube Live.
Clifford Field at Ray DeYoung Stadium.
Clifford, it's actually Clifford Field.
How'd it look? Unbelievable.
So we're getting some news in here from some of the coaching staff that it was looked like a pretty clean hit there.
I was talking to Juan Barraza, who sat right in front of the play. He's like, it was extremely clean. He couldn't even. It's like, I have no idea why they. It's just bad.
On a positive note, South City is in line here to get the kickoff as we start the second half. We'll file the other stuff under sour.
Clifford Field.
Hashtag grapes.
Ray DeYoung Stadium.
Clifford Field at Ray DeYoung Stadium, adjacent to the Bimbo Bakery, not Oro Wheat.
Ban Bimbo.
On a good day, you can smell delicious baked bread as that ball goes out of the end
I never
zone.
liked that smell, man. I never got around to enjoying
that fermenty sort of wheat smell. You know what smells great is, have you ever been down to Burlingame? You can smell it smells like brownies everywhere because of the Guittard Chocolate Factory.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's great.
Oh, chocolate I can get behind. I don't know about the
You missed it, too. While you were gone, Mr. Morrow's son over here said that he felt old. He's 24 years old. He said, oh, my back, I feel old. I was very upset by that. I turned green. I did remind him to enjoy these years, make some bad decisions, nothing terrible, of course.
Right. Try everything.
Try some things, have some fun, settle down at some point. You know, be a family man like yourself, your two lovely daughters.
You could do that. Yeah, that's an option, sure.
And
one of many, one of infinite possibilities, as Brito said to me the other day. That is one of an infinite universes of possibilities.
If Michelle and Marilyn are listening, go to bed. It's too late.
It is very late.
As,
it's almost 9:30.
Flag comes in there in South City as they try to get a few yards there, getting around the edge. Ball carried by number 3, Lance Sands. As we're waiting for the white hat to tell us about the flag here. And it's going to be against South City.
Penalty is called against South City.
Does your lovely wife, Denise, listen to the games?
She does. As long, you know, they have very short attention spans, so they usually dip in and out a little bit. But I did get home last week, and the 2-year-old said, "Daddy, you did a great job."
What's your 2-year-old doing up at 10:30?
I'm very proud of you. She just woke up because I make a ton of noise, like I'm kind of an ogre type as I walk through.
Do you do that on purpose just so your kids will wake up and
A
hang
little
out with
bit.
you?
Sometimes. I miss them.
I miss them. There was nothing more heartbreaking than when we went on we went on a bachelor party and you were watching your child sleep via a phone app. Put things in perspective. As South City, 2nd and long. House with the toss, almost picked off by Menlo. It's number 10 is Realski, who's been everywhere tonight. Yeah, we were at whose bachelor party was that? It was Mark Kochi's bachelor party.
Yeah.
In Portland, Oregon. And as we woke up the morning after some revelry, I saw you with your cell phone out, watching your only child.
It was pretty cool.
Catching some Z's.
I
It's
know,
adorable.
man. Time flies.
My wife always asks me, she's like, "Would you be as good of a father as Ricky Martel?" I said, "Probably not." She did not like that answer.
Time will tell.
Time will tell. I'm just messing with hers all. Oh, big hit from Menlo. Big unobstructed hit coming in from the backfield. Number 85, David Schmeyer.
Unfortunately, the young man did not have the awareness there in that moment. And I'm glad he was able to see him at all at the last minute and avoided really getting laid out. So.
Yeah, House did not see that coming.
That brings out the kicking unit. They have a chance to show off his boot here.
I think David Schmeer's maybe in line for a game ball over there in Menlo.
Yeah,
He's been all over the place offensively and defensively. As the punt from South City. Short punt.
Takes a South City bounce. How about that? Man, some positive,
it does
positive
indeed.
vibes.
It's about the 37-yard line. Yeah, 37-yard line.
First and 10 nights.
All right, John. South City's Drama Club is putting on 12th Night by Bill Shakespeare. Perhaps you've heard of him.
Oh, I thought 12th Night was an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Filming in Philadelphia right now, apparently. I'm told.
All right, Menlo, 1st and 10. Ball at the 37-yard line. Pass down the right side. Looking for Schmeyer. He hauls it in. Drags some South City defenders with him and fumbles the ball. South City looks like it's pounced on top of it at the 1-yard line. And it looks like Menlo was down by contact. And
well, Schmeyer made an incredible play there to come down with the ball. And the Warriors almost shook it loose.
My Lanta. I was doing some research today. It's not important why. I was looking through photographs of Burt Reynolds.
You were doing research?
I was doing some research. I said, look at the photographs of Burt Reynolds. Poor guy has not aged well.
Oh, no.
But he must have had a phenomenal, you know what? He was crushing it when he was like, what, in the 70s? He's probably
sure, his heyday. Yeah,
35, 40 years old, back when he was making all the Smoking the Bandit flicks. As Menlo with the ball, looking for a little bit of room, going up the middle. Stopped. Stopped at the half-yard line. And, yeah, the man is not aged well. I think he's like 82 now. But
is he really?
Yeah. So, Bert, if you're out there and you're listening, hope you're doing well. My dad loved Smoking the Bandit. He bought the Trans Am after watching the movie.
How about it?
When he was a young, dumb kid who had a couple of kids already. I think my dad was like 25, had my brother, and I was on the way, and he went out and bought the Trans Am.
Do you still have it? What did you do with it?
He did not have it. It's actually kind of a sad story, but my uncle had it for a time, and then I think it's just sort of one of those things, didn't get kept. Wasn't really a practical car, I don't think. As a nice pass down across the middle from Emilio Simbeck, the quarterback of Menlo, and Menlo just continues to add on.
Well, unfortunately, John, South City is having some trouble getting pressure on the quarterback tonight. And as a result, the quarterback had a chance to look down his first and second options and then find a guy streaking down the middle and just put it right in his breadbasket. So,
well, that was Xavier Dickinson who had his breadbasket filled.
With pan bimbo bread, probably?
Pan
bimbo.
Pan bimbo. Here's the kick. It is up, and it is good. Menlo has taken the lead. Well, they've maintained the lead. They're still leading. I mean, they're up. Okay, that's what I meant.
John, I really want everyone to go out and see Twelfth Night. It's so hard to memorize Shakespeare. You should just go see it for that very reason. Kids
When is it?
Shakespeare
When is that show?
October 26th through the 28th.
Shall we?
They're all night shows, and there's a matinee on Saturday, as there always is.
I need to go. I need to go say hi to Miss Granary again.
No. It's,
I know she's not there.
I have Mr. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing his name. Mr. Pilisic. Mr. Pilisic.
So the 26th, the 27th, and the 28th.
That's right. And they are actually looking for people to help out with some of the ushering, box office stuff, backstage crew, sound, lights, and makeup and stuff like that.
Well,
so
we might be free there on the 28th if you're looking at the calendar. That was a date that was free. So, you know what? No better way, I think, to start that day as Menlo kicks off. I would actually be totally down to watch South City play.
I need to
bring back some memories.
I need an excuse to go show my kids my name on a plaque.
I thought I was going to get my name on that plaque, but I went to one Christy Ono.
She deserves it.
Did she?
She's going to be at the Punchline. Did I get an email? She's going to be at the Punchline?
Yes, you did get an email.
South City alumni, hilarious. Christy Ono doing some stand-up comedy and crushing it.
If you like awkward humor, she is definitely the one for you. She would agree. That's why I'm saying that. That is something that she would agree with. I believe.
Of awkward
let's give her a plug here. Shameless plug. It's November 14th at the Punchline. It's a Tuesday night. Check it out. As the ball is carried there by Spencer Yahanyo.
And Menlo kind of packing the box there, John, like I was saying.
I believe you had some birthday wishes that you wanted to give out.
I do, John. Uncle Carlos came up, wanted to wish the big fella, number 44, Gutu, a very happy birthday. As usual, the conversation turned to food. We asked where they were going. They're Toto's talks.
And he invited us to Toto's.
He did.
What
he
a nice
rolled
man.
through. It was really nice.
That was nice. If I wasn't so full of quesadilla suiza from delicious La Marina Taqueria in South San Francisco, California, I'm not taking the man up on it. But how much meat, dough, and cheese can one man eat? No, seriously, how much? Because
it has been several hours.
It's been about 2.
Let's invite Calvin Pua. That guy needs some carbohydrates.
Let's bring Alapati, man. He's having a rough night. I would love some pizza.
Is he still on the sideline, or did he duck out? We'll see.
Your guess is as good as mine. Oh, okay. Alapati's down there. Apparently, he is.
Oh, good.
He's dressed down a little bit, so we didn't recognize him. Oh, come on! And another flag comes in, possibly for a hit, as a Menlo Menlo school player there lost his helmet.
I hope that kid's okay, John. You never want to see anybody get injured.
You definitely don't, and hits are they happen quickly. Things are really dynamic. And we got personal foul against South City.
Looks like another helmet-to-helmet call, John.
And there's a lot of people, they don't need to be reminded. There's been a lot of talk about keeping those kind of hits out of our game, out of football, trying to go for those what they call rugby-style tackles now, right, where it's kind of hit that little tackle zone. But if you've ever watched football live, or even if you watched it at home without slow motion, I mean, it's a fast game.
Yeah, it really is. Big-time plays are being made in split seconds. The kids are doing their best. Nobody's, for the most part, maybe I'm being naive, but nobody's out here trying to hurt, literally hurt anyone else. So it's good to see number 22 there from Menlo up and walking under his own volition.
Yeah, it looks like Menlo's medical staff, South City's EMT and Menlo's orthopedic surgeon have got it all sorted out. I don't know if that's an orthopedic surgeon. Could have been.
There's actually a helicopter parked in the soccer field, so if anything needs to happen, they'll chopper him to safety.
Just in case, he'll be chopper to Stanford.
Chopper to Stanford.
It's like, you know, you get.
I was going to say Kaiser.
Get those reports. You know, you ever try to get an MRI on anything? You know, and it's like an act of Congress, and every time an athlete gets hurt, it's like they'll have an MRI tomorrow morning.
Results are in.
Results are in. Yeah. I mean, obviously, if your knee's worth $1 million,
sure.
Somebody will do it. But I digress. As usual, South City's looking at a 3rd and 18 after that personal foul call.
See if they let Frank go into the air a little bit.
South City's sending 4 receivers wide, and they're going to hand off up the middle.
Nice run there by the big fella.
A couple of great blocks, but a really good tackle there in the open field. And it's number 43 with the carry, Calvin Pua.
Spot might be a little short of the first down. We'll see if they decide to move the sticks. And all right, how about it?
It is indeed enough for a first down. Great 18-yard run there by Calvin Pua.
And House did a nice job there to sell the pass. He brought it down in rhythm and was able to hand the ball off cleanly. And it doesn't sound like much, but when you're not the starting quarterback and you're not used to running these plays under the bright lights with your family and friends in the stands, it ain't easy.
A wise man once said, the rhythm is going to move you.
Yeah, sure. Rhythm is a dancer.
Or is it a young lady?
Absolutely.
Rhythm is going to get you. Oh, it's a rhythm is going to get you. Yeah.
And there's another Menlo Knight down here. I can't quite tell who he is, but the trainer's out here looking at his leg. You hope he's all right as well. John, can you make out the number of that Menlo Knight? It's a 20-something.
Well, I do have the binoculars here. Stand by. All right. Looks like this young man's getting a little bit of attention. Unfortunately, unable to get his number right now.
Yeah, we have kind of a bad angle here.
Number 29. That's going to be number 29 for Menlo. Xavier Dickinson, who's now able to walk off under his own power.
And South City fans applauding for him when he gets up. You know, again, nobody wants anybody to get hurt.
First down and 10 Warriors.
All right, 1st and 10 here for the Warriors. Ball on their own 31-yard line. Warriors sending 4 wide receivers, 1 in motion, and it's going to be another handoff to Pua. Pua lays down a big hit as he gets stopped there by number 42 from Menlo. One Bruce Tickner.
That was a nice little misdirection there, John. You know, all the own line was going one way and Pua was going the other. So nice play call there. Nice execution by the Warriors. Nice to string a couple of plays together, get a nice little rhythm going here with 6.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Try to get some positive momentum into next week, man. At this point, you're just trying to get into next week. You know, no injuries, get some reps in. Very nice.
Exploding
Very
through, he
nice.
goes to the hole and carries through the 50-yard line. Great explosive run there by Eugenio. No, I totally agree with you, Ricky. I mean, you know, now's the time that you really want to get some positive momentum for games, for your next league game. You want to get that going. You know, get some plays that you can harken back to and think about. Maybe, you know, execute the way you want to execute. I'm still looking for Wolfie the Warrior. I don't know if Wolfie the Warrior's checked out.
Yeah, where is Wolfie?
We do need Wolfie. Wolfie, where are you?
Where's our sideline camera guy? Can we ask him to find Wolfie? Mr. Boyce.
We're in the midst of looking for Wolfie.
Where's Wolfie.com?
Where's Wolfie.com? 1st and 10. Handoff to Eugenio. Hits the middle. Right through the gut. Punches it through for a nice gain there. He's only going to be about 4 yards short of another Warrior first down.
And Eugenio having a nice little series there, which is nice.
6-yard gain on the run. 2nd down and 4.
John, you interested in wrestling?
Nope.
Wrestling conditioning has begun. After school Monday through Thursday on the basketball courts behind the gym. Please see Coach Timo for questions about wrestling.
I'll see you behind the gym.
Remember Hiba Salim? Awesome wrestler.
Hiba Salam, yeah. She's playing Colegio now, right? As House looks for a corner and gets sacked by number 51. Menlo's very own Cooper Stewart, senior 6'4", 200 pounds. Yeah, whatever happened to Hiba?
I don't know. I think she went on to college. I'm sure she's doing big things.
Good
I'll bet if we Google her name, something interesting will come up.
All right. We'll get that to our statistician in the meantime while we get this sorted out.
We have a stat boy, Tony Reale type.
Tony Reale. Yeah, good for him. He was able to spin that off into his own show as House looking to complete a pass across the middle there.
He's looking for the birthday boy there.
Demetrius. Great name.
John, guest passes for the homecoming dance will be starting this week. Pick them up by October 11th. Pick them up and complete them.
Statman is telling us he's looking for the correct spelling for Hiba because he's getting a lot of results.
I think it's 1 E. Don't quote me on that. There you go. Look at Google coming up strong. You enter in Hiba Salim, it autofills wrestling.
That means that she's all over the place.
Nice run there by Eugenio. Not giving up. Giving these South City fans something to cheer about.
No, we can't stop.
Great run.
We won't stop. Well, it looks like she goes to Menlo College.
Great run.
She stayed pretty close to home.
Good for her. I hope she got a scholarship or something out of all that. She's a very talented young lady.
Very nice young lady.
Yeah.
As well, just really cool.
Class act.
Classy. Well, there's apparently some stuff on Everything South City. Great site.
Of course there is.
Are you a fan of Everything South City?
I am.
Yeah, you better be because, I mean, he'll come after you, or she. If you're not. And
it takes 4 nights to bring down 1 Pua. That sounds about right.
4 nights, 1 Pua.
That's what it's going to take.
Because Hiba Salim was the wrestler of the year. All right.
That was like for the county, wasn't it?
I believe it was, yes. Hiba, if you're out there listening, hope you're doing well. Make us proud. You've already made us proud. Just keep up the good work. All right, 2nd and 13 for the Warriors. House is back.
Careful.
House. And House gets a massive hit. And there is a flag. Big number 74 with some massive helmet-to-helmet contact there. That's J.H. Tevis, the big 6'5" senior, laying the hit on House.
He's 74 pleading his case with the referee there, but that was pretty obvious.
I mean, that young man is huge. It looked like he was going to have the referee as a light snack.
Odd, no ejection there.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I said I'd stop complaining.
No, that's
okay.
okay.
The second quarter.
Listen, it's okay.
I'll get over it.
I've taken some trauma training, and I hear it's important that you discuss these things, get them off your chest. So here's the deal, right? I don't know if these guys review this or if they have a game and they basically just call it good. But I would hope that they would go back and review and really just try to roll that to the next game and say, all right, that's something that we maybe didn't need to act on. We didn't need to pull this person out of the game. Because, 74 laid a massive hit.
That's true, man. They are human.
Helmet hit.
They are human. And look at House, not avoiding contact, running right into the defender to get the extra yard, not tiptoeing it out of bounds. And that means something to these kids, He has every reason to just kind of run out of bounds.
Remember when you were in high school, nothing hurt, man. You're going to live forever. I feel great.
This is awesome.
Put some duct tape on that. I'm ready to go.
But a gutsy effort here, man. You just hope that the focus remains there. House took a big hit a moment ago, and that's a focus thing. He just has to be more aware. They've asked a lot of that kid tonight.
House can definitely hold his head up high. Eugenio with a big slip. It slipped right through some Menlo defenders and laid a big hit there on Menlo's number 9. Kevin Chen, who's walking away a little gingerly.
Yeah, Kevin Chen took a helmet to the gut. I hope the kid catches his breath a little bit because there's another South City kid just putting his head down and not avoiding contact.
Check that. There's a measurement.
And we're going to have a measurement here on the field while
They're going to measure from the first down.
everybody catches their breath.
John, YouTubers Club. There's a YouTubers Club, and they met today in D24 at lunch.
It's not a YouTuber.
YouTubers Club. Very different world that these kids live in. So let's see how this measurement shakes out.
And it's going to be a first down for South City.
How about it?
Oh, woo, oh, woo, oh, woo.
I always hated that.
What is that?
So, from 300, I think.
Oh, is that what it is? I go to San Francisco games. You know, I do it. I don't know why I'm doing it. Everybody else is there going, oh, woo, oh, woo, oh, woo.
Because you're true. Was it your true faithful?
0-4, right?
True faithful.
They've actually played some great games. I mean,
yeah, they're in them. That's all you can ask.
Yeah, they're
for.
in like all of them. I mean, I even thought they had a chance on the road against Seattle. I mean, that's when you usually just pen in as a L.
Yep. Recently, that's for sure.
All right. 1:43 left. Pua with the handoff. Pua with a very dedicated run there, laying some shoulder down.
I love seeing Pua get going.
I'm sorry, why did Alapati get tossed? I'm still having a hard time, man. The hit the 74 put on House was.
Gain of 5 yards on the play.
Yeah.
Again, man, you know.
It was literally in front of the referee. It was in front of his face.
They're doing the best they can. And maybe he saw what he thinks he saw. I don't know. No more complaining.
Maybe I'll make him,
there's too much time left in this game.
Maybe we'll make him an 8x10 flip book of the play, and then we can just hand it out, and they can decide on their own. All right. 2nd and 5, South City. House back to pass. House getting flushed out of the pocket again, and House is sacked again by pesky 74. That's going to be a huge loss of about 15 yards.
Well, easy for me to say sitting up here, but
say about
the Warriors, you know, just need to protect him a little bit better and give him some more time. I think Menlo is keyed into the count there, the snap count, and getting into the backfield a little quicker than we're all used to.
That's 3rd and 17, so it was a loss of 12 yards there on the play.
John, you're a journalism guy, right?
That was my major in college. It's House with the handoff to Eugenio.
Another great run by that young man tonight. John, there is a Warriors post now. There is a Warriors post. It's in about year 3. It's just a full-on Warrior newspaper, man. It was really good. I read it on the way in on BART. The lead story was about stress and kids dropping out of AP classes because they're just taking too much on, and it's created this kind of weird, you know, class sizes.
Well, South City's going for a 4th down, 4th and 11, as they are deep here in Menlo territory.
There it is.
The pass is short and incomplete to South City. It looked like it was in the area of offensive pass interference, as 44 looked like he did get a push off there, but we'll wait for the call. Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on kids nowadays. You know, I think you need over a 3.5 GPA to get into a state school. You're looking to the force any sort of a UC. Everything's impacted. It's tough. So I can imagine that stress definitely plays a big. Oh, pass interference gets the Knights. Fantastic. It's going to be a South City 1st down.
I printed the post for you, man. I want you to take a look at it.
The Warrior Post Intelligencer Gazette.
I think it's surprisingly, you know, very well done. I'm not that I expect a bad product, but you can tell that their hearts are in this thing.
That's interesting. My old partner at work, his name's Patrick Choi. There's a Patrick Choi that writes for the Warrior Post Gazette, Intelligencer. It's not the name, it's just the Warrior Post.
You see what's on the top there? Wolfie.
You know what? This is it. This is the transition away from the Warrior. They're slowly introducing it, and then before you know it, the Warrior's gone. It's going to be Wolfie.
The Wolfies.
I got it now. Now I got it. Now that I see the Wolfie. All right, it's the end of the 3rd quarter. Menlo's up 42, South City 6. Taking a look here at this wonderful Warrior Post. But before we do that, we're going to go down to our sideline reporter, Florence.
Florence, go for it.
And Florence, we're having some technical difficulties there. Flo?
Hold on.
Flo needs to turn on that microphone. Give it just a moment there. We'll get back to her in just a moment.
Microphone was off. That's all right. We got football.
I mentioned these kids do a really good job here. They work hard. And we're going to go ahead and try Flo once again.
Do we have him?
Down at the sideline. Flo, you're on.
No, we don't have him.
Nope. And
technical difficulties.
Flo's having some technical difficulties. We'll see if we can't get back to her before the end of the game here. Unfortunately, we can't get any audio there.
They were so. Do you remember there were Roadrunner talks? I remember like when I was in high school, they were like, "Oh, we're gonna be the Roadrunners," and it was lame then too.
No, I think that you're probably hearing half the conversation there. Ricardo's having a talk with Coach Nico of South City because we were discussing the fact that there is a wolf on the Warriors post,
man.
And so, we think that there might be some mascot changing going on, but we'll see. I have no intention of going anywhere.
Well, I'm in love with Wolfie, so.
South City trying to get in the end zone, hand off to Pua. Pua struggling to get a couple yards. You're in love with the Wolfie.
I like Wolfie.
Check.
There he goes. We got a sideline mic.
We got a sideline microphone.
Hot mic.
Hot mic.
John Daly announcements. Word of the day was aberration.
John Daly announcements.
Aberration.
I thought you were talking about John Daly. John Daly announcements.
Carson Daly announcements.
That's the announcements mixed with a little bit of lemonade. Iced tea.
You about Arnold Palmer?
Oh, nice pass across the middle.
Hey,
and hauled
the
in.
birthday boy.
Demetrius Gutu with a touchdown. Nice pass from House and hauled in for the 6.
I knew I'd have a chance to call that kid's name one more time. You know Uncle Carlos is beaming. That young man's turning 16, John. I asked Uncle Carlos, is he driving? And he says, yeah, we got to get him a license. So watch out in the parking lot.
Happy Sweet 16.
All right, South City's. I'm getting a last-minute word here. South City's going to be going for a drop kick.
Cool.
Drop kick's good for 2, I believe. The kick is up, and it's good.
Hey.
Wow, that's a drop kick. That's still worth 1, correct? Another 1?
Let's see what happens.
All right, we're going to try our sideline reporter one more time. Florence, here she is. Florence, go for it.
Hey, South City, I'm reported live with Jerlene. So how do you feel about the game so far?
The game's a little disappointing, but I hope the Warriors come back in the fourth quarter.
There you have it, South City.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Jerlene was our sideline reporter, and then Flo went ahead and interviewed her. So we got a little switcheroo.
I'm getting word that there's a party tonight. I'm going to get some more details. If I get an address, I'll beam it out there.
I think it's a kid's party, buddy.
That's all right. You ate pizza. That's what I eat at any party. It's a pizza party, I'll be there.
You know what? There may be some pizza on Sunday. I might have some pizza. Just want to give you a heads up.
Is it covered in paella?
No paella.
Oh, man.
Learned some very interesting facts about paella on my trip to España a few weeks ago. For folks who don't know this at home, paella is actually not the name of the dish. It's the name of the pan in which the dish is made.
Pásame la paella.
It's a paella pan. And did you know paella does not typically have seafood in it?
It doesn't?
Paella was typically food
like
of the
sausage
field.
And stuff?
No, it had
rice,
rabbit, snails, squab, chicken, things of that nature.
That sounds good, man.
It was good. South City with a low line drive kick. Picked up by Menlo. And the flag is down. I'm sorry, there's no flag there. And Menlo's going to have the ball right on the outskirts of their own territory.
Nice drive, John. I just want to say what a great drive that was for the Warriors. We talked about some positivity, and that was positive. There's no two bones about it.
Boom. You
heard him.
Number 1.
Well, they're going to be 1-1 after tonight, John, and everyone will be kicking themselves a little bit and saying, man, if first quarter turned out a little bit differently, maybe we would have had a different result here tonight. But Menlo's fantastic, so not taking anything away from Menlo. They kept their composure and kept doing their passing game thing that they do so well.
Oh, yeah. Menlo executed their game plan, that is for sure.
They did.
A couple unfortunate calls. But you really can't, and I'm not saying that it was not a good call. You just cannot discount the fact that pulling the quarterback from ejecting a quarterback for one hit is really going to have an impact on a team.
Sure.
South City doesn't run a huge team. They don't have 40 guys on the sidelines.
Right.
They have a lot of Ironman players. They usually run a roster of about 18 to 23, somewhere in there. Anyway, it's going to be a false start there by Menlo, 5 yards, and we'll start again. So you gave me the Warrior post. Maybe I should volunteer to help these guys. I see a couple of things that I'd like to change.
Oh, jeez.
Some wholesale changes I'd like to make here to the Warrior post.
Blow it up and start all over.
I kid because I don't see a lot of traditional leads here, though. Do you notice when you read newspapers?
Right, with
a very short lead. There's it's usually a single sentence. It's anywhere between 10 to 28 words, something like that. It's a good rule to it. I haven't been a journalist quite some time. Suck that reader in, and everything that you need to know you should be able to get in the first 3 paragraphs. So anyway, I'll send them an email. Warrior Post. Oh, deep pass hauled in by Chen.
Nice catch by that young man.
And if you
thought
Menlo was going to just go ahead and run, nope, they're going to try to tack on some more here with 9:18 left.
I circled some interesting stuff in there, John. There was some good stuff about the Genentech, the new science building that they've built, which is supposed to be incredibly state-of-the-art. They've poured a lot of money into our school, and we're very lucky that they have kind of put their money where their mouth is, Nowadays, every sentence starts with, we need to do this, or people need to do this more, and Genentech is doing it. They're pouring a lot of money into the school.
Well, I'm glad that Genentech is giving money back to the community, a South City community they call home, as Menlo with a big run there, getting close to the 5-yard line there at South City, run by number 26, Jake Schiff. Yeah, it's a great article in here. Check it out. It's called The Future of Science is Here by Abigail Hernandez.
Some good work.
I like it. I like what I'm seeing. They've even got some music. They got a music review in here.
They do. They review Rick and Morty, like the new season of Rick and Morty, which is a great show.
Lust for Life review by Abigail Hernandez. Another article by her.
Just covering Lana Del Rey.
Lana Del Rey.
That's not my cup of tea.
Lana Del Rey is the album. Parental advisory. I don't know how she could listen to that. I'm going to have to call her parents. Inappropriate. All right, Menlo looking to tack on here. They want to get as many points as possible because of the Bowl Championship Series calculations.
It's all part of it.
It doesn't work that way, does it?
Well, no, actually, it kind of does. The more
it?
points, the better. Yeah, when there's tiebreakers and stuff like that, you want points. No two ways about it.
Well, you could tell how divisive our country is right now because I looked. There's an article in the Warrior Post called "Left versus Right." Who's right?
Right.
And I'm like, oh, this must be an article about Republicans and Democrats. It's actually about left-handed and right-handed people.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty hilarious. So yeah, go ahead and pick it up. Looks like it's available online. The Warrior Post Intelligencer Gazette, also known as just the Warrior Post. Look for Wolfie the Warrior, who will soon be your South City mascot.
Nice gang tackle there by the Warriors to keep that kid out of the end zone.
Well, that was number 10, Israelski. He's been all over the place as well. Oh, we got an injured Menlo player. As you got a shot there of our wonderful South City cheerleaders, keeping this crowd going.
Well, John, the standings will obviously be a little bit different tonight, but coming into tonight's game, we had Hillsdale, Menlo, and South City coming in at 1-0. And the rest of the league, Kings Academy, Sequoia, and Woodside at 0-1. So this will propel Menlo up a bit. We'll see what Hillsdale did tomorrow morning. But that's the Ocean Division. The Ocean Division is essentially the same from last year, except for newcomer Hillsdale, who was relegated down from the Bay League. after finishing 1-4 last year. Terranova finished with the same record in that division, but they were not brought down. I wonder how that stuff works. I'm sure there's politics involved.
Or, you know, they could just go by
maybe
the
they
record.
No, they have the same record. And I wonder if maybe they
point
beat
differential.
They beat Hillsdale in a head-to-head or something. I don't know.
Maybe
There's the fade.
they hashed out over some pizzas. There's a throw through the back of the end zone there, incomplete.
Third and goal.
Are they doing this, the grease lightning hand thing? Hand jive? No. What is that called?
Yep.
Yep.
Let's do the hand jive. You know what? When was the last time you watched Rocky Horror Picture Show?
It's been a minute. Aren't they doing it live?
Tim Curry,
They're
right?
probably, yeah.
Tim Curry. That guy was great.
They're doing that live somewhere around Halloween.
They have to. I might actually, wifey and I were discussing as there's a pass in touchdown. Touchdown Menlo. Once again, another touchdown. That brings the score up to something more than what we have.
Small miscommunication there. The night was wide open.
Yeah, he was wide open for the score. Whoa, I lost my train of. Oh, yes, the wife and I were talking about going to Great America. They have that Halloween Fest thing. Never checked it out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Sort of in the backyard.
I take it that everyone's all Halloweened out and stuff.
Yeah, I think they like scare you. They do that sort of thing. Is Menlo going for the extra point? The kick is up, and it is good.
It is not good, John.
It is not good. Gosh, I cannot see. There's a gigantic post in front of me. I'll take a picture of it. I'll post it on Twitter called South City Dude Memes.
There you go.
It looks good from here. It was no good, and Menlo keeps their commanding lead. It's now 48-13. Notice Ricardo is checking out the photograph from one of our friends out in the East Coast. He's watching the South City Warrior game.
That's such a good look, man. He's got his South City baseball jersey framed up next to his TV. Pretty cool as far as man caves go. It's a fine man cave.
It is a fine man cave and thorough.
Yes, very, very thorough.
I like that he's got that tile that looks like hardwood. That's cool. And here's the kick from Menlo. Line drive deep. Picked up by South City at the 10-yard line. There's a big hole across the 40. One man to beat to the 50. Dragged out of bounds at the 45-yard line by number 8, Dylan Grady.
Maceo with a great run. And again, some good vibrations here in the fourth quarter for these Warriors.
Good.
They have some more games to play.
Good vibrations. Brian Wilson, not to be confused with the quarterback. I'm sorry, the quarterback. With the closer, rather, Brian Wilson.
What happened to Brian Wilson, the closer? Still doing Taco Bell commercials, I would imagine.
Yeah, what do you do when you're washed up at like 35? Actually, you know what? I just asked myself that question. See, I get up every morning, have a hearty breakfast of 8 eggs, smothered in cheddar. Oh, there's a pass hauled in and a nice lateral there from number 3. Lance Sands kicked it back to Spencer Eugenio.
Hook and ladder, baby. Coach Oak has used that one in the past.
I cannot help it. Every time someone says hook and ladder, I always think back to that scene from Varsity Blues where he's like he's doing like the hook and the doing it from the sidelines.
Classic movie.
I don't want your life. All right, short snap picked up off the turf by House. Pass is incomplete. Intended for number 44, the birthday boy, Demetrius Gutu. Good vibrations. All right, 3rd and short, another pass. Right side and underthrown pass intended for number 21, Oscar Reyes. Looks like Oscar Reyes had a step there on his defender.
Yeah, and the young quarterback had some time, but just missed his receiver back there.
All right, 4th and 1 for South City. Hand off to Pua. He's got the first down. Throwing down would-be tacklers.
I never get tired of watching that kid run.
Yeah, he laid a pretty hefty stiff arm there on number 42, Bruce Tickner.
That was beautiful. Another great run by that young man. The Warriors aren't giving up, John. They never do. Coach Oak always has this team prepared.
Oh, and that receiver fell down. That pass could have very easily been intercepted. Thankfully, it was not. Intended for Eugenio. In on the play was number 3, Jack Pimlott. Pimlott was almost able to pick that off.
Well, the Warriors had some great field position to start this drive with a nice run by Maciel. Let's see if they can get on the board here one more time.
And that's just an ill-advised pass, easily picked off there by Menlo. It's by Kevin Chen, the wide receiver, and DE for Menlo. And that's Menlo's going to take this ball over with 2:22 left here in the 4th.
I ran out of announcements.
I've got an announcement, just another reminder, as I reminded people last week. This is October. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Remember, folks, try to be aware of domestic violence as it affects you and in your community. Unfortunately, many people are affected by domestic violence. If you want more information, please go online. Something that we hope to stop in our lifetime. Really is a public health issue.
Sure is.
I know the NFL's put a lot of money into it, and they're also
good.
You know, we made our announcement last week, and then the NFL followed suit. I was surprised by that.
They must have been listening.
Just be nice to each other. Can we just be nice to each other, right?
It's a nice play. Yeah, absolutely. It's a nice play there by the Menlo quarterback to fall on the ball there.
I know. It's such a basic, novel concept, right?
Golden rule, man.
Yeah. It'd be nice if we could all just treat one another, you know, with the golden rule as we want to be treated. But, alas. Alas, I digress again. We got a minute left. This clock is going to continue to run here. It looks like Menlo's going to get in their victory formation as we're under a minute. 2nd and long.
Well, definitely not the result that you were hoping for coming into tonight. You know, 1-0 in league play. You know, hosting a good team. But you know, they had a few bad breaks.
Yeah, definitely. You know, looking for some positive takeaways here. There are a few. You know, House had to step in and you know, command this team. I think he did the best he could with what he had on short notice.
He had some flashes, man. He had some good plays. When he had a chance to make some plays, he was loose back there. But it was tough, man. It was a gutsy effort either way. As the clock continues to wind down here, Menlo's going to walk away with a big win. Doesn't quite tell the whole story of the game. The final score looks awfully lopsided. And again, not to take anything away from Menlo, they had a pretty robust passing attack.
Oh yeah, and Menlo definitely executed their game plan and did what they felt they needed to do as they win by 35 tonight, 48-13. Before we call it a night here from Clifford Field at Ray D. Young Stadium, I want to thank everyone for joining us on YouTube Live. It's always our pleasure to come here to you and to do these games for you on Friday Night Lights. But before we call it quits, we're going to have a sideline report.
Our mutual friend Carissa here has got Coach Matucci with her. Carissa, take it away.
Hey, I'm here with Coach Matucci.
How do you feel about today's game?
Well, it was a rough one. We lost 3 of our starters, which equals 6 because all 3 of them go both ways. So we really lost 6 players early in the game, and it was tough to recover from that.
How are you feeling about the rest of the season?
Hopefully the guys we lost can come back, and we'll be okay, battle back from it. We got a couple injuries that kind of scary for right now, but we'll know better in the morning. But hopefully they come back healthy.
Well, here you have it, South City.
Thank you,
All right,
Charisma.
Thank you. And I want to thank Coach for coming on with our sideline reporter after definitely a tough loss. You
Yeah.
heard it. You know, they've lost 3 players potentially to injury. And when those players go both ways, play offense and defense, that's a multiplier. So that's going to be almost like losing 6.
Coach Matucci hit it right on the head. Let's wait until the morning and heal our wounds and get back at it, man. We got some more football to play. They're on the road this coming Friday, I believe, and then we'll be back here on the island in 2 weeks for what is, believe it or not, the last home game of the season already, man. If you can believe that.
I can. Well, folks, once again, thank you so much for joining us. We got a few people that we want to thank before we call it quits.
I've got the list right here, John. It's Diego Gomez, Josh Balancio, Melvin Tenedo, Christian Gomez, Bobby Lopez, Jason Segovia, Aljay Soriano, Justin Morales, Richard Moan, Laura Macabre, Nico Caprio, Tyler Vance, Charisma, Florence, Jolene, Sheila, and Janetzi Cruz. Thank you guys so much for what you do. This is fun. Does not feel like work for us, man. We're having a ball doing this, even though the game was lopsided and it was kind of tough here at the end. It's still an honor to be out here and watching this game.
Well said.
What else you got, John?
That's it, everyone. Drive safe. Try to be nice to one another. For Ricky Martell, I'm Jonathan Dio. Take care, and we'll see you in a couple weeks as South City falls to the Menlo Knights 48-13.